Hello and welcome to a tutorial and playthrough of Weather Machine. Today I'm joined by Nick.
Hello.
And Gemma.
Hello.
And we're going to be doing a 3-player game of it. I'm not going to explain all of the rules before we start playing. We've all played before. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be giving you an overview of how the game plays. And then as we take each of the different actions, we'll explain each of those actions in turn. So the idea of Weather Machine is that there's this crazy professor scientist guy called Latif, who's got this weather machine, and he's been doing all of these experiments for the greater good. He's trying to basically improve the weather situation around the world. You know, if you go to a ski resort, you need it to be snowing. If you go to a nice football game on a Saturday afternoon, you need it to be nice and sunny and things like that. The greater good, okay? However, these experiments that he's been doing here, they've been causing some extreme weather. Mm-hmm. So over this side of the board, over here, we have the results of the weather that has been caused. These are extreme weather tiles, and we are currently at stage 1 in each of those. And we're going to be trying fixing that. We're going to be basically doing research into the different types of weather. We're going to be publishing papers. We're going to be doing breakthroughs, and we're going to be trying to fix the extreme weather as it comes out. But at the same time as that, we are also scientists working with Latif in his weather machine to develop more weather experiments, which then ends up causing more problems, but we're trying to fix them. And while all of that's going on, the government are getting involved as well. And we can help the government out by selling them parts and getting subsidies and all sorts of things like that. As I said, we'll explain more in detail as we go along. The objective of the game is to get as many points as you can get. The victory points in this game are known as climate points, and they are tracked around the outside of the board. To complete the setup, we've decided randomly the turn order. So it's going to be Gemma starts, then Nick, then me. And the last part of setup, we have machine parts. Now, there are 5 machine parts in the game, 5 different colours. These get shuffled, don't they?
Yep.
We each get one at random. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to shuffle these under the table. Gemma, can you pick a number from 1 to 5?
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's yours. Nick, 1 to 4?
1, please.
1. And somebody want to pick a number for me?
1 for you as well.
Okay, there we go. Right. These 2 machine parts go back here. And then the last thing to do is these are workshop tiles. Mm-hmm. We take 3 workshop tiles because it's a 3-player game. We give them a bit of a shuffle, and we get 1 each.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm going to zoom in on my player board now, just so you can see this. So we've each got our own player board. The workshop tile starts off there, and this is your laboratory. It's divided into various sections. Over here, we have the assembly line, where we have lots of bots waiting for us to build them. They're like automatons. We have spaces here where we track the number of different vouchers that we have. And our vouchers are currently on the starting spaces for each of the voucher tracks. So we have supply vouchers, government vouchers, lab vouchers, R&D vouchers, and science vouchers. This space here is where we will place our goal tiles during the game. And these are our starting goal tiles here. We have our office, which is here. This is where we're going to be putting our research tokens. And when you basically complete a line of a row, so a line of 3, you can then publish a paper which will move this marker across, and then you can do something with it. On the right-hand side, we have our workshop. Now, the workshop at the start of the game consists of these 3 spaces and this tile here. It has to go in the middle. And the workshop is where you store things. So it can store machine parts, it can store chemicals, and it can store bots. Chemicals go on the circular spaces. Machine parts go on any space that has the machine part background. And bots go on any space that looks like that. So at the start of the game, each of us can store 1 chemical of any type, 1 machine part, and 1 bot here. We can also store a bot here. Now, in order to store another chemical, you will need a matching one. So just for example, if I get this workshop tile and I put it here, that means that I can now store a green chemical there, but only a green one, whereas that can be any chemical. So that's a quick whistle-stop tour of a player board, and we've each got one of those. Going to the main board, I will give you a very quick rundown of the main board. It's divided into 5 locations. We have location 1 here, which is the supply. This is where we all start, and this is where Latif starts at the start of the game. This is where we can get more chemicals, we can change the turn order, we can get more machine tiles. Then we have the government area, where we will be using the subsidy tiles to get the bonuses, or we will be selling parts to the government, because the government is also doing its own is building its own machine to try and fix the extreme weather.
Yeah.
We have the lab in the middle. This is the actual weather machine itself. So in the lab, we can work on an experiment, or we can publish a paper. Now, I've mentioned publishing a paper. We can't do that at the start of the game. But working on an experiment basically means placing a bot and a chemical into this area. It's divided into 5 branches, as is all of the locations. And when a branch is full, then at the end of the round, an experiment may run. We'll go into that more later on. Finally, on the right-hand side of the board, we have R&D. We can do research by, again, placing bots into the different branches. Or, if we have previously published a paper, we can do a breakthrough. And a breakthrough will try and fix the extreme weather and get us award tiles. Right. That's a very, very quick overview. There's a lot more going on in this game, but we're going to jump in. We're going to start playing. Now, the game structure is we do what's first called a post-supply setup round. So before the official first round of the game, we all have one turn where we get to do stuff in the supply area. After we've done that, we'll then go into the main rounds itself. But first, let's jump in and do this. So this is done in turn order. So Gemma, you're first, and you basically get to do anything that you would normally do in the supply location. So what do you fancy doing?
So I'm going to spend a supply voucher to take
one of those workshop tiles. So one of the actions you can do in supply is spend one voucher, a supply voucher. And if you just look at my player board, the supply vouchers are these. So Gemma's moved her supply voucher down by 1 in order to take a workshop tile from there. Now that gets replaced immediately. And if we just zoom out, we can see where you've put it.
So I placed it here so that the greens...
Yeah, so that the greens match. Now, just turn it around 180 degrees for me. You're not allowed to do that. Okay, you are not allowed to put 2 circles or 2 semicircles together so that the colours are different. So there we go. So that's there. So that's your first supply voucher spent.
I'm then going to spend another supply voucher to take a green chemical.
Okay, so the chemicals are in here. Let's just zoom in a bit here. So this is the supply of chemicals. Any from this section cost 1. These cost 2. These cost 3. There is a way in the game that you can return the chemicals and you can actually get supply vouchers for returning them. But you always buy from the cheapest section. Do you want to spend another... Any more
Yes,
things?
Sorry, I'm going to spend a voucher to take one of my bots.
Okay, so this is the other action you can do, or one of the other actions is, and I'm going to zoom in on my player board just to show you how this works. So your assembly line is divided into 4 sections. At the start of the game, only the top 2 sections are available to you. This section, anything that you take from here will cost you 1 supply voucher. Anything you take from here will cost you 2 supply vouchers. These are not open to you at the start of the game. There is a requirement before you unlock these. So which one did you want to take?
Yes, sorry, I need to put it down. I'm going to take the first one.
The first one. So you're taking that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so Gemma's taken this bot from her assembly line. And what that does is there is an immediate benefit of gaining 1 lab voucher. So how many supply vouchers have you spent? You bought a workshop tile.
That's 1.
You bought a chemical.
2.
You bought a bot.
3.
So you still have 1 left.
I'm going to spend another one to buy another bot.
Another bot.
So from the bottom.
Yeah. So that's a government voucher.
Do you have to buy
No,
these
you can take
first?
them from any order you want.
I'm not going to do that actually. I'm going to take the one
Oh,
from here to get another science voucher.
Yeah.
wow. It's a fun move.
Okay. Now, just going back to the board again, you'll notice that there's 4 workshop tiles on the board, and the top one of this stack is also available. So whenever you take a workshop tile, you can actually take any of these 5. If you take one of these 4, it gets replaced immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're all done with your post-supply setup round.
No, I was going to do one more if that's okay.
Okay, you can,
So I'm going to
because...
spend my science
Science
voucher in
vouchers.
lieu of the...
Yeah, so we haven't mentioned science vouchers, but science vouchers is this right-hand voucher track, and a science voucher is basically a wild card. So they're very valuable. Choose and spend them wisely.
So,
That's going to cost you 2.
So that one last time actually should have cost
that
me
one
2.
cost you 2. Yeah.
So it went down to go up, so I won't do anything else.
Okay, you're all good. So you
that's-
spent 2 supply vouchers
And 1 there.
to get that, which gave you 1 supply voucher back.
Yeah.
So it actually cost you 1, really.
So it cost you 1.
So
It's quite a clever move. I was just
Is that
thinking.
right? You had 4 supply vouchers, 1 for the first bot, 2 for the second bot,
Yeah.
which got you a science.
Oh no, so it should have gone down 2 and then up to number 1.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Hang on, 4 supply vouchers,
Go from the top and work it backwards.
one from the workshop tile,
Yep.
one for the chemical,
Yep.
one for the first bot,
Yep.
and then 1 supply voucher and 1 science for the other one, which then got you a science.
So then,
So you're back up to 2. So you could spend more if you wanted to.
no, I think
happy with that?
I think I'm happy with that.
Right, Nick, you're next.
Cool. Okay, I know exactly what I'm going to do.
Exactly.
I planned it before.
Right,
No,
okay.
I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to spend my first supply voucher, and I am going to buy.
So you can have
red
any
one?
of these 5.
I would like that one there, please.
Okay.
Which I'm going to take and put here.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would like to buy a chemical, and I would like a blue one.
Okay.
Would you want me to share with you what I'm going to do with it?
If you know what you're going to do with it, why have you bought a blue?
I will tell you because you're after me in the turn order. I'm going to go here because I'm going to put it in the weather machine for when it comes round to the wind.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Then next of all, I am going to buy some bots, and I quite like Gemma's clever move that she's just done there. So I want to buy 3.
Oh, right.
So I'm going to buy this one here first, which takes me down 2 on that track, but up 1 here, doesn't it?
Yep.
As I take that one off. So that's 1. And then I want to buy 2 of these. So that will take me down 1, 2 on the wild
2 of your
science.
science vouchers.
So I want to take this one here on the government track, which goes at 1 there. And I want to take this one here that goes 1 up the lab funding track to there.
And Gemma's bought 2 bots. You've bought 3 bots.
I bought 3.
Okay. So my post-supply setup round. Now I notice you 2 have spent all of your supply vouchers, which seems to be the thing, because supply vouchers are basically for use in supply.
Yeah.
So it probably makes sense. You might as well. There's very little point in saving any. I think.
My logic is that if you don't spend them all now, then you're going to then be coming back in a later turn, and where turns in this game are a valuable resource, you don't want to keep jumping back in. That's my thinking.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. I'm also looking to see what chemicals you 2 have bought, because you might then go to a space that I was thinking of going to.
Because don't forget you can use chemicals over here as well. It's not just for the weather.
Yeah. So, okay, well, I think I need to increase the size of my workshop, and I'm going to buy. So I'm going to spend 1 supply voucher, and I am going to take this one on top of the stack, just to show off the rules that you can take the one on top of the stack.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it there. I am also going to buy a bot, so I'm going to spend a supply voucher. Let's just zoom in on my playboard. So I can take any of these for 1 supply voucher, or if I wanted to spend 2, I could take any one of those.
And don't forget as well that the ones that you take are later given to you.
Yeah, so the lightning bolt basically means you will get this bonus immediately when you buy the bot. The exclamation mark means you're going to get this bonus during income. We haven't mentioned income yet, but there is a particular phase of the game where you'll get income. Oh, this is tricky.
I will say Gemma's move of taking that top one off. I'd never seen that before, but you can take that one and it effectively costs you 1.
It could, but no, I'm going to take this one, and that gets me a government voucher. Now, this bot can go. It can either go there, or it can go there, or it can go there. If I put it here, then I cannot also put a machine part there. So this space can either have a bot or a machine part, and that's in addition to the chemicals. So I'm going to put it there. Right. Next, what am I going to do? I bought a bot. I bought a workshop tile. I think I'm going to adjust turn order. So let's look at this one. So basically, this is the action. So for 1 supply voucher, I can choose any new position in turn order. Now that is the initiative. It's called taking the initiative. At the end of the post-supply setup round, that will actually adjust the turn order, but not right now. I've got 1 supply voucher left. I don't have a chemical, and I'm kind of feeling a bit left out. So I'm going to spend my remaining supply voucher to buy this white chemical, which I can put anywhere, but I'm going to put it there. Doesn't really matter, because one of the rules of the game is that you can actually rearrange your stuff in your workshop whenever you need to.
Anytime, yeah.
So I'm just going to put it there. Now, you 2 have both spent science vouchers as supply vouchers.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to keep mine. I don't know why. I'm just going to do something different. Okay, so that's the end of the post-supply setup round. So we adjust turn order to match the initiative markers.
Okay.
So I am now first in turn order.
I sort of had a feeling you were going to do that.
Yeah.
Played too many games with you.
And now we go into the main part of the game. So we're going to be playing the game over a series of rounds. Each round is divided into 3 phases, which is actually summarised on the game board here. A, B, then C. A is when we will take turns in this order. B is we check to see whether an experiment runs or not. And then C is we adjust the turn order And if Latif is at his office, we do income. A is the main part of the game, and that's what we're going to do now. So we each take it in turns to perform our turn. Me first. Your turn consists of 4 steps. The first step is if at the start of your turn you have a subsidy tile or an investment tile by the side of your board, you may choose to use it.
Yeah.
I don't have any of those, so we're going to skip step 1 for now. Step 2 is I must move my scientist to a new location. So there are 5 locations in the game. However, us as players, we don't have a key to Latif's office. So we can't go to location 5. We can only go to locations 1, 2, 3, or 4. But you have to move to a different location.
Yeah.
So we can't stay where we are. So I can go to either the government location, the lab, or I can go to R&D. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the government location. Now, there is a special rule for moving your scientists that only applies to the first round of the game, is that you must place on the middle action spot. So there are 3 spaces where you can place your scientist. In the first round of the game, you have to go in the middle space if it's available. If it's not available, I believe you go on the right-hand space.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's zoom in on the government area. Each of the areas has 2 possible actions associated with it. Oh, I've got to get vouchers first. Yes, sorry. When you move to an area, the first thing that happens is you gain or pay vouchers. For this area, you gain a voucher. So it says on there, I gain 1 lab voucher. So I'm going to move my lab vouchers up by 1. And then you will also gain additional lab vouchers for all of the players to the left of you. And you'll also get a science voucher if Latif was there. So that's simply just for going to that location, you get the vouchers. So I've done that, and I have added 1 lab voucher to my board. Right. Next, we then do the action. So each of the 3 main locations has 2 actions associated with it. And if you went on the left space, you could actually do both of them. If you go on the right 2 spaces, you can do one or the other of them. Yep. And in the first round of the game, you've got to go in the middle space if possible. So which of those 2 actions do I want to do? Now, this action costs 1 government voucher. This one costs 2 government vouchers. I'm going to do this one. So this action is called, let me just look it up. It is securing a subsidy. So it costs 2 government vouchers. So I spend my 2 government vouchers, and you can see that on here. And then here's the iconography. So what I do is I select a subsidy tile from this area. So subsidy tile that's got to be the blue side up. So at the moment, all of them. And I will get the bonuses printed above and to the left of it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the subsidy tile over, and I'm going to get that bonus as well. So which of these do I want to do? That is a very good question. That is an extremely good question, because it all depends what I'm actually going to do next, and I don't quite know exactly what I'm going to do next.
I mean, you can't do all of them yet, can you? Because, I mean, some of them gain you things, and others allow you to take other actions cheaper, don't they?
Like this action is, if I take this tile, that's publish a paper. Well, I can't publish a paper at the moment. So, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Now, remind me all of these tiles, by the way, are summarised on the back of the reference card, which I can actually show here. There you go. There's the reference card. So they're all summarised there. So that action is perform the seller part without paying the machine part.
So you could effectively have taken both actions on that space.
That is effectively doing that, isn't it? That's quite good.
I like that.
So it doesn't cost any vouchers. I don't have to spend the machine part. Okay, so we could do that. We could go really down the government route and see what's happening. Or I could just take a bot. But the bots are in the science column, and that would waste that. Yeah, there's a lot of options, isn't there? Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose this one. So I'm going to choose this subsidy tile. So I get whatever's above it, that voucher and that voucher. So I get 1 lab voucher and 1 R&D voucher. And then I flip this tile over and get the benefit of it, which is a workshop tile. Which again can be any of these 5, and I'm going to take that one. So you could put it here if you wanted to. What you can't do is I can't put it here. Okay, your lab, your workshop is basically 3 rows maximum. So I'm going to put it there. Now there's a reason for extending out, isn't there? Because when you come to build a machine, everything has to be in the same row. It has
to be in the same row.
But I think for now I'm just going to put it there. Okay, and then that replenishes with a new one. And that is the action done. I did that and I did that. and that cost me that. And then step 4 of your turn only applies if you picked up any research tokens, which I didn't.
Yeah.
But if you did, then in step 4, you must move that research token into your office. Okay. So I'm done. Gemma, it is your turn. You must move your scientist to a new area.
I'm going to go...
So you could go here, but you'd go there. Is that right?
Yes.
If you went there. Okay, but you're going to go to the lab.
To the lab.
So which...
So you've got no subsidy tiles or investment vouchers.
Yeah. So you skip step 1. Step 2, you move to here. You gain an R&D voucher.
Yep.
There is nobody else there, and Latifi's not there, so you don't get anything else. And now you perform one of the 2 actions.
So I'm going to do work on experiment.
So working on an experiment is this one. Oh yeah, because you can't publish a paper yet. So you spend 1 lab voucher. You advance on the funding track. So I'm just going to have to zoom out to here. So we have 3 funding tracks. Each of the main locations has a funding track. All of our markers started off on the leftmost space. And there are various things you can do in the game that advance your marker on the funding track. And that icon there basically means that Gemma has moved up 1 space on the funding track. We'll talk about the funding tracks more in detail later.
So I'll send a bot to the weather machine and I'll pay the green chemical that costs.
Right. So yeah, so this is the second part of that action, which is placing a bot on any space of any branch of the weather machine, but you have to pay the matching chemical. So to place a bot here, Gemma had to pay a matching chemical which went back to the supply. Hi, this is Paul in the editing room. I'm just editing this video together, and I just wanted to mention at this stage that you'll notice that Latif's assistant is in the 4th column of the weather machine, the 4th branch of the weather machine, which is the fog branch. Now, the reason why the assistant started there is if you look at the experiment tile on top of the stack, that experiment is a fog experiment, and it's that experiment that determines the column in which the assistant starts. Now, the whole point of doing that, because that doesn't get you anything immediately, but what it means is whenever this experiment runs, Gemma is basically contributed to it, and therefore you're going to get a bonus when this experiment runs. This is the wind experiment. And if you look at these 3 experiment tiles in the display, there is a wind experiment there, so that is probably going to run at some point. And that's it, that's that action done.
Cool.
So, Nick.
And do you have any research tokens to place either? You take
No.
any?
No.
Cool. Okay, me last. Right. I am going to move over here to the government area.
So you get 1.
So I gain 1 for moving there, but I also gain 1 bonus because you are to my left.
Yeah.
So I gain 2 tokens for that. Right. I am going to do this one here. Take a subsidy.
Same action as I did.
Same action as you did. You've inspired me. So it costs me 2 vouchers to do it. So I choose a face-up subsidy tile, gain the benefit. And I think that I would like this one here. Sell a machine part without spending a cog.
Can we flip it?
Please.
This one?
Yeah. So I gain 1 R&D token.
Gain 1 R&D voucher and a lab voucher.
And 1 lab voucher, which puts me to the top of that track, which is quite nice.
And then you get the ability of that tile.
So we then do the sell a part
You then
action.
do this action.
Yeah. Which doesn't cost me the voucher
Doesn't cost you any vouchers because it's a subsidy tile.
Yeah.
And it isn't going to cost you a machine part.
Cool.
So it's basically you're doing this action for free.
Yeah.
So
advance me 1 on the
advance on the funding track,
please. So I send 1 bot to the machine.
Yep.
And
you can choose any branch.
Choose anyone. I would like to go there.
Okay. Now normally you would then have to pay a machine part of the same colour of the space that you went on. But for you,
I get it for free.
You get it for free, but it says that we replace the subsidy tile you take with a machine part from the reserve. So we're going to give you a virtual green machine part, and then you choose any of those subsidy tiles from that branch and you take it off the board and replace it with the machine part.
I will have the bottom bot, please, which then goes to the side of my
that goes there. And then this subsidy tile goes here. So you get no immediate bonus for taking it.
No.
But if you remember what we said in step 1 of your turn, you may flip it over to get the bonus on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you could have taken an orange one, and if you take an orange one, you turn it blue side up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then for the final and most exciting part of this turn, I get to take this research token.
The first research token of the game.
One of the game.
Because that's step 4 of this action is if there's a research token left, you take it.
And I think research tokens are probably the most important thing.
Research tokens are probably the most important thing
what
in the game.
hinges about. And something that we've not said also is that this pile here in the middle has got 3 tokens.
Yeah.
The ones on the side have only got 2.
Yeah.
So some of them, depending what you're planning on doing, you might miss out.
There is a big difference.
And then you'll have to cite a paper, but we can come to that.
Yeah.
Come to that later.
So step 4 of your turn is you must place that research token. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to steal it just for the purposes of this demo. Let's say I had this research token. You must now, in step 4, move that research token into your office. It is a blue research token. It's from the government, which means it has to go into this column. And if it goes onto one of the spaces with a bonus, then you immediately get that bonus. But what you're trying to do is basically, this is you performing research into this particular type of weather. If I placed it here, for example, I would get that bonus immediately. But then what I'm doing is I'm saying that this row is about my research into wind.
Yeah.
And it means that the only other tiles I can place in this row are wind tiles. And you're trying to get 3 in order to publish a paper. So there you go. I'll give you your tile back.
Thank you very much. Do you want to share the little tidbit about what's on all these tables? Because I think it's really cool.
Yeah. So what we've got is, if you look on your player board, I mentioned if you put a tile, put one of the tokens onto a space, you get the bonus that's printed on it. Now, some of these, you might think these are actual bonuses, but they're not. They are just artwork, and it's just a table. And I believe that they're playing a board game on the table. And anybody who can guess from this video what those board games are, you probably can't see.
I think I can recognise a couple of them.
You can recognise a couple.
I can see a couple we've got at home.
Yes, but yeah, the ones where it looks like a picture of a table with a board game on it, that isn't a bonus.
Yeah,
that is just a piece of artwork. So the bonuses are there, there, and there.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are you going to place that token?
So I'm going to place this one. Which bonus do I want? Because don't forget as well, at the end of the game, when you publish a paper, you can get the bonus as you slide it across as well. So I'm sort of trying to think ahead to where I want to be. I'm going to think a bit more short term, and I'm going to place it here, and I'm going to take the 2 supply vouchers as a bonus.
Yeah, so that was step 4 of your turn. That is the end of the round.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not the end of the round. That's the end of phase A.
Yeah.
So phase B, we check the lab. We check to see if an experiment runs. Now, an experiment runs if 2 criteria have met. The first criteria is the assistant, where the assistant is, this is fog.
The active weather branch.
So, so this is the active branch. Is there a fog experiment on display? There isn't.
No.
So it doesn't run, right? If there was a fog experiment on display, then we check to see if the branch is full. The branch is not full, so the experiment doesn't run. So basically, both criteria have to be met. There has to be an experiment tile in the display that matches the current branch, and that current branch has to be full of bots. So the experiment doesn't run. Now, if the experiment doesn't run, all players who have a bot in that branch may leave it there or may decide to take it home. Okay? None of us do, so we skip that bit, but then the assistant moves to here. So we can actually start thinking ahead to next time. The assistant is now in the snow branch, and there isn't a snow experiment on the display either. So we know that at the end of next round,
it's not going to run.
That experiment is also not going to run. Okay. Then we do phase C. Phase C is adjust the turn order. So if anybody had adjusted the initiative markers, we would then adjust them. And then if Latif is in his office, we would then do income. Right, that's the end of the first round. We'll explain how Latif moves soon, but now we're going to go to round 2. Phase A. It's my go first. Now, at this point, I can now go to any of the locations. I don't really want to go to supply because I've got no supply vouchers. I can't stay in government. So I'm looking to see where I want to go. And I don't have the chemical that I need for that. But there is that. So here's the thing. We know that the snow experiment is not going to happen at the end of this round. There is a rain experiment up there, which is this branch. But if I go there and nobody else does, it's not going to get completed.
No. When the Tiv moves, he does put bots in, but you would need 3, like you say.
Yeah. So I think if I went there, you don't actually get anything for putting it there.
Not this time.
It might end up being a bit of a waste. So I think Gemma's made a good move of going here. So I'm kind of tempted to go there. Now, you've got a blue chemical, so you're going to probably be able to get there before I do. Now, there are things in this game called Executive exchanges.
Exchanges?
Yeah, because they're not actually actions, they're exchanges. But there are 3 executive exchanges that you can do on your turn. The first one is that whenever you need to spend a voucher, if you don't have the required voucher, you can spend any 3 vouchers. I'm looking in the player aid to see where these are described. I think they're in here. Yeah, executive exchanges. So if you need to pay a voucher and you don't have any, you can pay any 3 vouchers instead. If you need to pay a chemical that you don't have, you can pay any 2 vouchers to swap a chemical from your supply with one from here. And if you need to pay a machine part for one that you don't have, you can pay any 2 vouchers to swap a machine part. So here's the situation. I could, if I really wanted to. Oh, and the executive exchanges are also on your player board. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Player board here has the executive exchanges printed on them. So here's what I'm thinking. I could steal what you were about to do, and I could go here. I could do an executive exchange and swap this white chemical for a blue one, and I could go there. It's whether it's worth it.
The difficulty you would have is that if you did that, and you would be entitled to, in order to fulfill that wind branch, you would need that blue token there. Now, I very much suspect that that is going to be Gemma's next move to take that last wind token.
Right.
And therefore, you will never complete your row. You will have
Without
to wait.
sighting.
You will have to wait until Gemma does it, and you will effectively have wasted the first couple of turns.
I also don't like the idea of basically reverse me taking a white at the start and then going, oh, wait a minute, that was the wrong one. I should have taken blue.
But the fact that you can plan ahead means that actually
I know
that wind will be coming shortly.
Fog.
Sorry, yes,
well,
fog. So you could go for that, or
just go for that one.
You could spend that chemical over here, couldn't you?
Exactly. There's all sorts of stuff over there,
and they do get you a bonus. So if you want a cog, if you want different things,
which is quite nice.
You could take a free robot with your white one as well, or bot.
Yeah.
Well, that does cost you 2 chemicals, although you don't have to.
So, I think I might still go to the lab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to move to the lab. So moving there gets me 1. Actually, this is going to be a waste. Because I'm already at 2 R&D vouchers. If I go there, I will gain 1 plus another 1. Which is a little bit of a waste.
But don't forget that you can't use these. You can't use all of these until you publish the paper. So when we've played before, you find that these will stay at the top until you get a lot further into the game. So I wouldn't be too concerned with that.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I think I'll go there. So I'm going to go there. I get 1 R&D voucher for going there, and I get an additional R&D voucher because there's 1 player to my left.
Yeah.
But I've only got room for 1 R&D voucher, so I just lose the second one.
Yeah.
I can only do 1 action there. I'm going to do this action. So I spend a lab voucher. Could I move 1 space forward on the funding track, please? And then I'm going to place my bot into this branch, spending my white chemical, which goes back to the supply. And that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's that action done. Step 4, I didn't get a research token, so my go is over. So what have you done by putting this part in here? This is selling a part to the government, and the government is trying to build their own
machine.
And if it's full,
then they come over here with the government research tokens there, and they help to fix the weather.
Breakthrough. Government breakthrough. That's it. They try and fix the weather that we've caused.
Yeah.
You've caused.
We've caused. Don't blame me.
Gemma, you are next.
So I'm going to go over here.
So you get 1 lab voucher.
1 lab voucher.
Yeah. And then which of those 2 actions do you want to do?
So I want to do this one, but I'm got 1, so I was going to spend a science in lieu of the second one.
So you spend 1 government voucher and 1 science voucher as if it was a government voucher.
Yeah.
And you now do this action.
So I want to flip this one.
Right. So you get the bonus.
So I get
at the top.
2 of the books,
which are rubbish at this point. Sorry.
Flip the tile.
Yeah. So that is the same one as you did.
I can do that.
It's do this action, but without spending a voucher and without spending a part.
Yeah.
So
and I would like to take this one.
Okay. So you have to. Yeah. So you put a bot on one of those 2 spaces.
I'll go blue.
Okay. So we take a blue part from here.
Replace that one.
That goes there. And then you put that next to there. And
cool.
You get that.
So it goes in there.
Goes in there, and at the end of your turn...
The end of my turn, it'll go in here, so I'll go up 2 on
there.
Supply.
Now, there's no government wind research tokens left. So whoever puts a bot on here gets an investment tile instead.
Yeah.
Now, we haven't explained investment tiles yet. That's these tiles. We will explain them once somebody's got one. Okay. You'll go all done?
All done.
Nick?
No, I can move stuff around in my lab at any point.
At any point, yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move... Actually, no, I don't need to do it. What am I thinking?
Do you need to?
Oh.
I think the only time you need to is when you're doing a breakthrough and you need to build a line of parts.
Yeah, I've made an error with something I was planning on doing. Or I've got not enough tiles.
Are you going to use your...
I want to flip that one to gain a bot, but I'm not going to do it because I want to take that one, which gives me a cog. But once I take that one, I won't have room for that cog to be taken. And I'm not too fussed about this stuff at this moment in time.
Okay.
I'm going to leave that until...
So you're going to leave your subsidy tile, you're not going to use it just yet?
No.
Okay.
So that's that part. Okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to move over to here. I'm going to come to the weather machine.
You get 1 R&D voucher.
Get 1 R&D voucher.
And then you perform one of those 2 actions.
Yeah, and I'm going to work on an experiment which costs me 1 lab voucher.
Okay, so you're going to do this action.
So can you advance me 1 on the lab funding track there, Gemma, please?
1 on the funding track. And
so
place a bot on space.
A bot. I'm going to go up here onto this wind tile. I pay 1 blue chemical that goes back to the supply. And yeah, that's my turn.
That's it.
That's the round.
So people watching might be thinking, well, hang on a minute, you put bots here and you got the research tokens, but you put bots here and you don't get the research tokens. That's absolutely right. We are playing correctly. You only get these research tokens when the experiment runs.
Yeah.
Which you're not going to see this round, because now we go to phase B. The assistant is here. Snow. There isn't snow in the matching display, so the assistant moves to here. We just turn order. We don't need to. And now we're into...
And there's no income.
Round 3. My go. Where am I going to go? Well, do I have a tile? No, I don't have a tile. I still don't have any of those. I don't have any of those. So, going into R&D, I need a bot. And I don't have a bot. And I haven't published a paper, so I can't do that. I think I might end up having to... Yeah, all I've got is a blue machine part. I don't have much else. I think I need to come back to supply. So I'm going to come back to supply. Now I can go on any of these spaces, and supply works in a slightly different way, because in all of the other locations, you get a voucher for placing your scientist, and then you get additional vouchers for all players to the left of you. Supply works in a slightly opposite way. You still get the voucher, and you get any voucher, but you then have to pay vouchers for all of the players to the left of you. So I'm going to go here. The 1 voucher I'm going to get is science. I might as well...
Why would you not?
Oh, no, because I'm going to get a science because Latifi's here.
Oh, yeah.
So because Latifi's here, I get a science. So the voucher I'm going to take is supply. Right. Now, I'm going to do the supply action, and I'm going to buy all of the stuff that I need. What is it that I'm going to need? That is the question. Give me some advice.
What do you need? Sorry.
What do I need?
What do you need? Well, you've got nothing in your workshop. To do anything, you are going to need more bots.
I'm going to need more bots, and I'm going to need more chemicals.
Yeah.
So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to spend 1 supply voucher.
Oh, do we need to move Latif first?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. So as soon as I've gone there, Latif moves. So if you go to the location where Latif is, Latif moves. And if he moves to one of the main locations, he goes to the leftmost space that's there. And then what we do is we check the active branch in the lab.
Yeah. And
if there isn't one of Latif's bots in that branch, we put one of Latif's bots in that branch. It doesn't matter where you put it, because it can be moved around. If there was already a bot there, then it would be placed in the next one instead. So Latif moves after I've gone there, and then I get to spend my stuff. So I've already spent a supply voucher. I'm going to take a salmon-coloured, I think that's the right colour for it. These chemicals all do have fancy proper names that are in the rulebook, but there's no way I can remember them. Right, I've also got 3 science vouchers, which I probably should use. So I'm going to use 1 science voucher to buy this bot,
which
gets me a lab voucher.
Yeah.
and I'm going to put that bot there. I don't need to adjust the turn order. Do I want anything else? I kind of need... I need another bot as well. So I'm going to spend another science voucher for this bot, and that's going to go here.
What's the bonus you get? Which one did you take?
The
middle one.
The middle one.
Which bot did you take?
The middle one, I think.
So you go... Oh, no, you can't go up.
Yeah.
The one. Yeah, okay.
Was I already at the max? I think so, yeah. Do I want to spend another science voucher? I don't know. Yeah, no, we're good. And that's my turn done. Gemma, your go. Gemma's thinking, consulting the player aid.
So do you want to flip your tile?
Yes, I'm going to flip
Okay, so start of your turn, you flip your subsidy tile and you get any one of your bots that you're allowed to have. Now, just before you do, let me just look at my player board. I mentioned at the start of the game you've only got access to these 2 sections. To get access to the 3rd section, you need to have 6 bots need to have been removed from your assembly line in total, or you need to have 5 or more research tokens in your office. And to get access to section 4, you need to have taken 9 bots or have 8 research tokens.
So I'm going to take this one. So I go up 1 on the supply.
1 on the supply track. So that costs you...
Nothing.
Oh no, it's nothing. That's a free bot, isn't it? Yeah.
And then I'm going to move to the supply.
Right. So you get any 1 voucher for going there.
And can it be a supply?
It can be any 1 voucher, but then you have to pay any 1 voucher because there is 1 player to the left of you. Okay. And now you get to perform the supply action.
So I'm going to spend 1 supply token to get a green chemical.
Does like your green chemicals? There must be something in them.
I'm going to spend another chemical to take a bot.
Another voucher to take.
I'm going to go for this
bot.
one, so it goes up.
Gets you a government voucher. Yep. And you've got 1 supply voucher left and 2 science vouchers.
So I'm going to spend another supply voucher. I'm going to take a blue chemical.
Yep.
And then I'm going to spend 1 science voucher to take
another bot. Getting you
everything.
An R&D voucher. Right. Lots of bots. All done?
That is everything, yeah.
You don't have any research tokens, so...
Right.
Nick.
I've got a really complex turn planned, but I think it's going to work out okay for me. So I'm going to flip my subsidy token. So I am going to take a bot.
You get a free bot.
I get a free bot. I'm going to take this one here off. And I want a cog because they're such a valuable resource in this game.
What colour do you want?
I don't know what colour do I want. I would like a green one, please.
A green machine part.
Green one,
there you go.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I put a green one there. Now I'm going to move here.
Right.
But I'm going to move here to take a turn over here. Okay?
So you're going to move here.
Yeah.
So you get
I get one of these. Yeah.
You then get a science voucher because Latif is to your left.
Yeah.
But then Latif
he moves
to here.
Yeah.
And he would put a bot there, but there's a branch that's already got one in. So he goes here. That's full.
Yeah.
So he puts one here.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. And did you get a science voucher?
I did take
that
voucher.
Science voucher. Right.
Now, I want to take this action here. However, I don't have 2 government vouchers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 1 science voucher and I'm going to do an executive exchange and spend those 3.
3 R&D vouchers as the other government voucher.
As the other one instead. Okay. So I'm going to take a subsidy tile and I would like to take, and this is going to be a great move, that one there, please, Gemma. Can you flip that one for me? Yeah.
So you get 2 science vouchers.
She gets me 2 science vouchers.
One for that.
And it lets me take this action over here without spending a chemical.
Let's just zoom in on that. So you chose this one, you got that, and now you're going to perform this action, which is to...
Yes.
I should say, it's perform the research action.
Research cost, but without
spending a chemical or any vouchers. So you're actually going to be doing this action.
Yeah, but without that. So I should have come back to the supply, which would cost me a lot of money. But by doing it that way, I have saved a turn in doing that.
Right, okay.
But I don't have a clue as to what I'm going to do next.
There we go. Right, so this action is what you're doing.
So can you move me one up that funding track, please, Gemma?
Which one, sorry?
This one here, please. Okay. So I am going to take a bot and I'm going to place it.
So you place the bot on any research space of any branch, but then you have to pay a matching chemical. So you're going to put it on this space here.
Yeah. I don't pay the chemical, but on the bottom row you have to pay an extra one, either a cog or a chemical.
You're not paying the chemical because you're using the special tile that says do the action without paying a chemical, right? Yep. But you're right, everything on the bottom row is more expensive. There is an additional cost. So you have to spend a machine part.
And I'm going to pay that cog. Okay. And I'm going to take, as a bonus, I'm going to take this bot off here.
So the bonus for placing on there is you get a free bot.
Yeah. So I put that one into my workshop. Because I took that one off there, I get an extra voucher.
You've taken 5 bots already off your assembly line.
I know.
Wow.
And the final and most important part of that is I then take that research token there, which comes onto my board.
Right, yeah. So placing a bot over here gets you one of the research tokens.
Yeah.
And then at the end of your turn, you have to place that research token.
Whiz that down.
Now, it must be said that that research token, it doesn't have to go in the same row as this one.
No.
You could put it here if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But you don't want to.
No.
You want to try and complete a row if you can.
But you can't use the same breakthrough token twice on the same experiment. Right. I don't think.
Oh, do we take a chemical from the supply?
I think you do. So
is it in the rules?
We'll take it and we'll pop it on there. If that isn't correct, I will put something on screen, but that's what we're going to do for now. Anything else? I think that's the end of your turn.
Sorry, I've had a busy turn there, haven't I? Yeah, that's it.
Right.
This is what Gemma was getting frustrated at me for last night, because I was trying to link up every turn, and she was saying, "Oh, you're taking forever to take your turn." I was like, "But I'm doing stuff."
You are doing stuff.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right. So we do phase B. The experiment does not run.
No.
But this comes to here. Now, does this go back?
Yes, that comes off.
That comes off. Okay, so that's gone to there. Phase C, we adjust the turn order.
Not just yet. We need to take that rain token off.
Do we?
Yes.
But the experiment didn't run.
You take it off regardless, I believe.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure that if the active weather tile matches, it comes off.
Yeah, so if the experiment did not run...
I'm pretty sure that comes off.
And then prepare for the next experiment. Remove from the game the rightmost experiment tile in the display that matches the weather of the active branch.
Yeah. So that needs to come off.
It comes off. So it not only didn't run, but that's gone.
That's removed from the game.
So that is removed from the game.
They don't slide to the right because they can't, and then the bottom one goes to there.
That one goes there,
and then
the top one goes there. So you always see 2 ahead of what's coming in next.
Cool.
Right. Phase C, nothing happens.
No income, no turn.
We are now next round. Back to me. So I'm looking at you and I'm thinking, well, wait a minute, you've got these research tokens. I don't have any of that stuff. I need to get my act together. And this round, there is going to be an experiment run, and you two are going to get...
Yeah, so realistically, I'm going to complete this one this turn.
Some nice juicy bonuses.
So I'm thinking, what other ones do I maybe want to do?
Yeah. Okay, so I know that when this experiment runs, I'm going to get one of those tokens. So I need to try and get the tokens from either of those sides. And the way you get a token from here is by selling a part. So I think that's probably what I'm going to do, except I haven't got any government vouchers. But I do have a science voucher. Spend... And I've got 3 for 1. I can do a 3 for 1 exchange.
Depending which one is it you're doing? You're doing this one. You could actually do that one, the middle one, and you could then take 2 science vouchers. So you could spend 1 science and 3, because I spent 1 science and 3, didn't I?
That's pretty good, isn't it?
That's not bad.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, go.
So I'm going to go.
You've got a cog that matches blue. Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to go here. So I get a lab voucher for going there, and I could potentially do both actions.
You'd have to. I believe you have to pay both now, though. You can't use the vouchers you gain. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So me placing on there got me one of those. That was step 2.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Now we do step 3, which is performing the actions. So you can perform one or both of the actions because I'm on that space. All actions are optional. You don't have to do them. So I think I can. We'll go with I can.
I like that you can because it makes things more flexible.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 1 science voucher and 3 R&D vouchers as one other one to do this action first. Mm-hmm. Okay? I'm going to choose this tile.
Yeah, it's got to be that one.
Okay, so I get a science, an R&D, and any 2. So I get a science, an R&D, and any 2 is going to be science. Why not? And then I flip that over. Okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 1 science as if it was a government voucher, and I'm going to do this action. So could I move up 1 on the government funding track, please? I'm then going to put this bot on a blue space, spending a blue part to take, and I'm going to take that one. So that goes on there. That goes by the side of my board.
Can I just ask you a quick question? I'm sorry.
No, sorry, not that one. That one.
Is
that what you were going to ask?
Yeah, I'll say I'm taking that one.
I'm looking in the wrong place.
You need the fog.
I'm going to take that one. Now, even though I've taken an orange subsidy tile, I put it blue side up. I can use it. So that's that. That's that. That gets me this, which goes here.
Yeah, Gemma's going to move. Gemma should have moved that one before.
Oh yes, yeah, you should. That's all right. Right, and then at the end of my turn. Now, you 2 have both gone for that. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to put it here, and I move up 1 up on the government funding track.
Okay.
So if I can move up another one on there, and that is the end of my turn. Right. I think it's all starting to come together. Gemma, you'll go.
I'm going to go to here.
Okay.
So I'm going to research. But
now,
first
you
of all,
could go on the left-hand space
and take them both. But
even if you're only doing 1 action to block it from somebody else. Or you could go on the right-hand space, because if you're only going to do 1 action, you might as well go on the right-hand space, because if you go there, somebody could go here and get an extra bonus.
Okay. So I get 1 on the...
1 on the government voucher.
I then pay my...
1. Yep.
To do this action.
To do that action.
Yep. So you move up on the funding track. You then put a bot on any space and pay the matching chemical.
Put it on here.
So that this time the green chemical goes on the board.
Pay.
And then you get the bonus, which is a workshop tile. Take any one of these 5 tiles. Okay, that gets replaced.
And then I take...
You get that token. So you 2 are both doing research into wind.
Yeah.
And it does matter who completes it first, because whoever completes it first removes the citation token and gets the chance to spend a science to get 3 points. Mm-hmm. So there's a slight race element to that.
Okay.
This is interesting. Who's going to get it first?
Oh, it's getting dangerous, isn't it?
Well, it's turn order. When the machine runs, you remove the bots in turn order. So it's going to be Gemma first.
Yes.
No, it's when you publish a paper.
Yeah, it's when you publish
It's not just when you've got the 3 tiles. It's
right.
It's a race for who publishes the paper first.
Yeah.
Between you 2.
What do we do? There's only one real choice for me, because I'm a bit sticky on resources. So I am going to come down here.
Mm-hmm. So you get any 1 voucher.
Any 1 voucher. I'm going to take a supply voucher.
And you don't have to pay any vouchers.
No. Feeling quite flush with the vouchers at the moment, I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change that dirty turn order.
You are going to take the initiative.
Yeah, so I'm going to move.
So it has to be said, you don't have to choose the first position.
I would like to.
Yeah.
Why would you ever not choose the first position?
I think there are certain situations where you might want to go later.
Would you?
But you can move your marker to any position. And then everything else shuffles along.
Gemma's frowning at me, pulling her face. I was going to do that anyway, not just because of that. Anyway. And only because I don't want to be last. Can I move you guys around? Can I put Gemma second?
No.
Can I spend another one? Okay. What do I want to do? Right. I will... So I spent 1 there. Mm-hmm. I want to extend my workshop a little bit. So I will buy a tile. Now, I've already possibly got red and pink, and I quite like a blue. Is there a blue and a white?
There is not a blue and a white.
I'll take a blue. I'll take this one here. Actually, no, sorry, what was the other blue? Blue and pink. No, I didn't. Blue and pink. Okay. Okay, that one will go there.
So you've extended it that way?
Yeah.
Yep.
I will then buy some chemicals, I think. So I will spend 2. Actually, I'll spend 1 first because I'm trying to work out what I want to do. I want a... What have you guys got? I want a white one, which I'll put here. And then I would also like... Try and think a bit further ahead. Oh, I really want a pink one. Can I change where I put that one?
Yeah.
I'll put that there. I'll spend another one for a pink.
So if you buy a pink one or a green one now, it's going to cost 2 vouchers.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I did briefly mention at the start, one of the things that you can do when you're performing the supply location action is that you can return a chemical. So if you were to return a pink one right now, it would go back there and you'd get 1 voucher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have either of you returned any vouchers in any of the games that you've played?
Sorry, say that again. You can put it back and return.
You can put it back in and get vouchers back.
Oh, no, we've not done that.
Right, okay. Because it seems like you want to buy them and then use them.
Buy low, sell high.
But one of the options is, is you could buy a green one.
Yeah.
Whoever's got a green one, don't know. But I've got this salmon one.
Yeah.
I could wait until all the salmon ones have gone, and then I could put it in there and I'd get 3 supply vouchers for it.
It's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
And then finally, I will spend 1 of my science vouchers to take this final bot, go up that track. That one will go in there.
So you two have got you've not got all of yours yet, but you've got all 6 of your starting bots.
Yeah.
Which means you have now unlocked this section.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can now take from that section.
That would be cool, that will.
Yeah. All done?
I think so.
No research tokens to place?
No.
Phase B. Right, we've got our first experiment. So this is actually a big part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And we're only seeing this now just because of the way that things came out. But I think normally you would possibly see this earlier. So we're doing Phase B. The active branch is the one with the assistant, which is wind. We have a wind experiment, and that branch is full. Mm-hmm. So we actually have an experiment that is going to run. So the sequence is printed on the board here, but essentially what happens is in turn order, and turn order hasn't changed yet,
no.
So it is still Gemma first. You take off your bot from that place, and then we look at the tile, and I'm just going to show a close-up of the tile so that you can see it. So this is the experiment tile. First of all, Gemma now has a choice. Spend 1 science, and if you don't spend the science, you skip steps 3, 4, and 5, okay? So you probably want to spend a science.
You'd be silly not to.
You'd be silly not to. So if you spend 1 of your science points, so what happens is you get this many points per bot that you just removed. So we have our first points in the game.
Cool.
And then you get this bonus here. So you get either this bonus or this bonus. So it's this many points per bot, and then it is either this bonus or this bonus once, no matter how many bots you had. So which of those 2 options would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
So I will place my bot, pay my chemical.
Blue goes back to supply.
Yeah, let's go back to the supplying.
And that's everything.
That's that.
I move 1 along the funding trap.
Yep. And you get a research token. So when the experiment runs, if you did pay the science, you get the token. So that token
goes straight in.
Yeah, so this is the slight quirk, is any research tokens you get on your turn are only placed in your office at the end of your turn. But any research tokens that you get during an experiment running, you place them on your board immediately. So you can see here, Gemma has now completed a row, which means this action of publishing a paper is available to you. However, Nick's going to come along.
Yeah.
And Nick's going to basically do the same thing. I guess you've got a science.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So, what were those steps again? So, I spend. So, I take my bot back.
Take your bot back.
First.
Spend a science.
Which I've just done.
Gain 2 points per bot that you've just taken back.
2 points, please.
Take 1 of those 2 bonuses.
Do you know what I was going to do? I was going to join you on this one, which is why I got this red one or this pink one for my next turn. But actually, as Gemma's got there, this will run next time also, and I will get 5 points for going there potentially. Yeah. So I am going to pay that one there.
And the bot.
And at the bot I just put back to put here.
And you got 1 on
and
this
you can move me up one there. Thank you.
And you get that research token.
I get that one.
And you've completed a row as well.
Which gets placed immediately.
Yeah. Okay. And then the experiment has run. So we've done...
Yeah.
So Latif's experiment in wind has been done.
Yeah.
Now, the knock-on effect of that is that the wind around the world, somewhere in the world, has just got a lot worse.
Yeah.
And what we now do is, you can't quite see this, but off camera, slightly off camera, we have some extreme weather tiles. So let's just zoom in a little bit on R&D. These, at the start of the game, this is a level 1 extreme weather tile. So this is showing the current state of the weather. And now what we do, because Latif has done an experiment on the wind, we replace that with that. This is now level 2 extreme weather tile. And it's basically got a lot worse.
I don't know what happens if you get to level 3, do you? Does anything happen?
I think the world explodes.
Oh, is it? It's not an end game condition, though,
No,
is
it is not.
No.
It is not. Level 3 is harder to fix, but I think it's possibly worth more. Mm-hmm. So that is that step there, is the extreme weather tile has just gone on. And then what we do is we remove that from the game. Everything slides down.
That one moves across.
That one across. We get that one in there. And then the assistant moves to there. So we know next round, because that tile is there and this is full, we know that experiment is going to run as well.
So a rule that we've not said is that, Paul, if you wanted to get in on this bit of action here, you can replace and take that bot off
so
the board.
You can't go on here and replace another player's bot, but Latif's bots, they're happy to move out the way. So this space is still available. And if it is, the bot disappears. So as you say, if I wanted to get in on it, I could. Right, step C is we now adjust the turn order. So a turn order is adjusted based on the initiative markers. There is no income.
No.
We go to the next round. You're first.
Okay.
Are we going to...
Can I ask a quick question before we do on? So if somebody had more than one bot in this, do they get the points twice?
Yes, they get the points twice, but they only get this bonus once.
What have you got? What have you got over there? You haven't got any chemicals.
No, which you might.
What can you flip to get you one? That's what I'm looking at. What have you got?
And that sun experiment, that's 5 points per bot.
Per bot.
Yeah.
And 2...
So you only need to pay the science once.
But you only get...
And you only get the reward one, the benefit once, but you do get the points per bot.
Yeah.
And of course, if you go there... Well, if you were to go there, it blocks me from going there. Not that I can go there. But I can, because I can do... You can do the executive exchange. This is... we mentioned the executive exchange is that you can spend any 3 vouchers for 1 science, and 1 science is effectively a wild. But anytime you need a machine part or a chemical and you don't have the right one, you can spend any 2 vouchers to swap it, but only when you need it.
Yeah.
So because I have a salmon chemical and going there requires a magenta or red chemical, I could, but I would have to spend 2 vouchers and I would exchange it before I did the action. So even if you've bought the wrong things during the game, you have a backup that you can do an executive exchange.
Yeah.
Right then. Go on, you know you want to.
Do you know what I really want to do?
If you don't, Gemma will.
I want to go here.
Yeah.
And I want to do them both. What's better to me? Is it publishing the paper first and getting 3 points or the 5 points? It's got to be...
I see what you mean.
Yeah, because I could do that and get inside my breakthrough marker, but I think I want the points. I'm going to go here.
So you go there. So you get 1
R&D voucher.
R&D voucher. You then get 1 science voucher because Latif was there.
Yeah.
Latif moves to the next main location. And then we place a bot
in this one here.
In that one there, because that one is full. Which means that's going to run next time.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right.
Yes. Okay, so I will move 1 up that track, please, Gemma.
So you're doing this action.
Yeah.
You're working on an experiment.
Researching,
so you spend 1 lab voucher.
Yeah.
You move 1 up on the funding track, and then you put a bot on a branch.
Yeah. But I have to spend 2 chemicals as part of my executive action.
You are doing the exchange then?
Yeah.
Right. So we are seeing an executive exchange.
It's 2, isn't it?
Any 2 vouchers.
I'm going to spend 1 of those and 1 of those.
Yeah. To swap that.
For what would essentially be a red one.
For that.
Yeah. And I'm going to move
which you then spend.
Yeah. And I'm going to go there.
Okay. End of your turn?
Yes.
Think so?
I'm done.
So you can now publish the paper if you wanted to. Be the first.
Or what have you got any chemicals at all?
No.
Have you got any way of getting chemicals, Gemma? Shaking your head at me.
What are you thinking?
Because she could go here now and do them both. Can you do that?
If you had 3 lab vouchers, you could do that and that. Yeah.
But she's not got a chemical though, that's the problem. So she couldn't actually do that one even if she wanted to.
Right, true. Okay.
Or what are your other options, Gemma? You could come here and start focusing on this sun because you know that
Paul's
you're going to need
next, though.
He's just interested. Is it my go next?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was waiting for you. I was thinking...
You're always purple, Gemma.
I'm always purple. Right, okay.
Paul, what are you going to do?
Well, I don't know. I was thinking about what Gemma was going to do. Right, okay. So yeah, I can't get in on here now.
No.
Okay, that is out to me. I could go here, which means when this runs... It's not very good though, is it?
What, 2 points?
2 points, meh. I don't seem to have much in the way of... I mean, I do have more vouchers in there than anywhere else. I could force Latif to go into his office by moving here, but that's going to get you 2 more income than me, because you've unlocked more of your bots. I don't have much in the way of supply vouchers, so I'm not really that interested in going to supply, but I also want... I've got this, I also need that. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that next turn, so I want this one. So how do I get that one?
Which one do you want?
This action.
Yes.
So I need to go here and I need to do some research. Mm-hmm. To do that, I need a bot. I have a bot. I need a chemical of the right colour. I've got the wrong colour chemical again.
You could pay 2 vouchers to
I'm not going to do that. I think I might go back to supply.
Really?
I just keep going back home. I like buying stuff. I like shopping.
Yeah. It's one-click ordering when you're back there, isn't it?
Add to basket. Oh, I've got this.
Oh, yeah.
That changes everything. Does it? No. Yes.
Maybe.
No, it does. Right, okay. So, at the start of my turn, don't get excited, Paul. It's a game. I'm going to flip this over to get any 2 vouchers, and I'm going to get 2 supply vouchers. And then I am going to go back to supply. I get any 1 voucher, which is going to be supply.
Okay.
I could take science. I should take science.
Should take science.
Right, and now I'm going to go shopping. So at this point, I'm going to spend 1 supply voucher to buy a white chemical, which can go here. I am going to spend... I don't know what I want now. Do I want to adjust turn order? I don't think I do. I am going to spend 1 science voucher and 1 supply voucher to buy this bot, which gets me a science voucher. And it's going to go there. Yeah, you're right. You said earlier on, machine parts are actually quite hard to get, aren't they? Because you can't just buy them.
Yeah.
You've got to earn them.
Like I said, our very first game was just spent thinking, how do we get these parts?
So I think because income, I think is going to happen fairly soon. So I am going to spend another 2 supply vouchers, and I'm going to take this bot.
Yeah, good move.
And I'm going to put it here, which gets me a machine part. Oh. What machine part do I need? That's the question. I don't know. Because machine parts are useful for when we build a prototype, and none of us have built a prototype yet. So I think I'm going to take blue. Take a blue machine part. That's going to go here. I have 1 supply voucher left. I could adjust the turn order, but I don't think I'm going to. I think that's it. I think I'm finished shopping. That is the end of my turn. Now it's Gemma's go.
A long time to ponder, Gemma. How are you feeling?
You did what I wanted to do. I was going to go here to use this to do that, to get 5 points. I was still tempted to do it, but that's only 2 points, and then it would give me that, but I don't have any chemicals to do that anyway for the next time. Then I was contemplating publishing my paper, but I don't have a science voucher to gain the points.
But you could use any 3 other vouchers as a science voucher.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure I'd have enough though.
Oh, okay.
By the time
you could.
that.
Do you know what? You could do it without taking the citation marker off. That's optional because
no, the citation marker comes off.
Yeah, but it's paying the science.
You don't have to spend the science to get 3 points.
Oh, right.
That's the optional bit.
Oh.
So I'm in a bit of a pickle as to what I want to do.
You've got a cog. Oh, you haven't got any chemicals. Oh, you've got to get back to supply. I think that's your only option, isn't it? Could you come and flip something over here? You could take a chemical there. Oh, you haven't. How many vouchers do you want to spend?
So none of us have an investment tile yet, have we? Right. So
No, which is quite surprising.
there's a whole part of the game we've not explained yet, which is investment tiles, goal tiles, and
Yeah.
funding tracks.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that bit.
So when we played before, we've normally had 2 or 3 at this point.
Right, okay.
Which is really strange.
I mean, you can get them by going here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or completing that branch. That branch will complete it as well.
Oh, I know what Gemma should do. Shall I tell you what would be a good move?
In Nick's opinion.
Come over here, do this, take that one, get your research token for the sum, which you're about to get for this one here.
Then you'll have to
take a tile, which you can then flip next turn for a free chemical, which you can then do whatever it is you want to do over here and go on there if you're feeling really.
Because you two are both going to get a sun research token, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the only problem is what you wanted me to get in here, but I don't have the right colour.
Spend 2 vouchers.
But I'm running out of vouchers, so I don't want to do that.
Short on the old vouchers. Okay.
Come to supply.
But then she's not got any supply vouchers.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, Gemma.
You really messed me up.
Don't blame me.
I will
Shocking.
blame you.
Who's driving home?
Oh, don't.
Okay, I'm going to go to here and do action number 1.
Okay, that's
so
a good
you're
move.
here. So which space do you want to go on? If you're only going to do one action, that's the best place. So you gain 1 lab voucher.
1 lab voucher.
Okay, and you're going to sell a part.
So I'm going.
So you spend 1 government voucher. You move up 1 on the funding track. You place a bot on a space.
Place a bot on a space.
You have to use a machine part of the matching colour. And you take a subsidy tile.
Take that one.
Okay. And you get the research token.
Get a research token.
Snow.
Yep. Which you place there, and then at the end of your turn,
There.
you put it
To go to there.
Move you up on the government track again.
So it goes on here.
Okay. Right. We have another experiment running.
We do.
So the sun experiment is there, and we have a matching one. I'm going to show you this one, how this is better than the last one, because it's worth 5 points per bot, and the benefit is 2 machine parts or an investment tile. So in turn order, so it's black first.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's me first.
Yellow first.
Sorry, yellow first.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yellow. So you remove all of your bots from that branch.
So that's 2 of them.
So you get 10
Do you
points.
want to? Well, if he spends a science, which you're going to.
I don't think I will. No, I will.
So those bots go back to your workshop. If you don't have any space for them,
They go back.
They go back to the assembly line.
Although thinking about it, if you're really struggling for parts, you could, if you didn't have any room, you could send one back to take it off to take it again. I don't
Exactly.
know.
You can do that,
Okay.
but only if you don't have space.
Yes, only if you don't have space. Yeah.
But
So
you're
you-
going to struggle here because you're not going to have space for your thing. So you're going to have to take the.
What are you talking about? Oh, the cogs.
Just don't take the cogs. Take the investment
I
tile.
wanted the cogs.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So you spend the science voucher.
I
I
did.
put you up 10
So you
points.
got the 10 points,
10 points.
and now you either get 2 machine parts or an investment tile.
Please, may I have an investment? That's your fault, Gemma. I've not got those 2 cogs. I'm going to blame you for something now.
Right. And when you use the investment tile, we'll then explain how those work.
Yeah.
So then I do that as well.
You get the token,
Oh, yes, the token.
the research
Which
token,
gets
and
placed
then you get it
immediately.
as well.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go,
Getting you 2 supply vouchers.
5 vouchers. I think that I worry too much that short-term thinking, but
Yeah, vouchers are good.
Could I do one of the executive actions?
You can.
So I go down 3.
Spend any 3,
1, 2, 3 to go up 1 now.
and then you spend the science.
So I take him off.
Yeah.
don't forget to spend that science though.
Spend
Spend
science.
science. 5 points.
Get 5 points.
And do you want to take 2 machine parts?
Yeah, I'm going to take.
you go.
Definitely going to take 2
Have
machine
any
parts.
2 machine
Don't
parts.
look at me like that. You can't see on camera the face she's giving me here because she knows how desperately I want those parts. And I'm all full up with bots.
I'm going to go for a green and a
Salmon. I
salmon.
think it is. Best colour for a machine part, Sam.
And then I take one of these as well.
Take one of those.
So they go straight in.
Go straight in, yeah.
I probably need that more than... Yeah, I'm going to take 2 supply vouchers.
2 supply vouchers.
And then
the weather gets worse. So if you want to pop the level 2 extreme weather, extreme sun, it's got very hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
And then we remove
sun tile comes off.
That goes out of the game.
Yeah.
They all slide along, and that goes to there. Okay.
Wow.
Right, that was phase B. Phase C, we're just in the turn order.
Nope.
Doesn't happen. Latifi's not in his office. Next round.
Does he move on? Oh, no, he already has. Sorry.
Right, so, Nick, it's the start of your turn.
Yeah.
Do you want to use your investment tile?
I'd absolutely love to, actually,
Right,
now you say it like
that. Here's how investment tiles work. You have 2 options. I'll zoom in on my board so you can see. When you use an investment tile, if you had one at the start of your turn, you may discard it to either take one of your gold tiles and place it in one of these spaces here, gaining the benefit, or if you already had a tile on a space, you may flip it over to gain the benefit of the funding track. So there's a whole load of things here that we haven't explained before. Gold tiles. Now we're playing with the basic variant of the game, where you get a fixed set of 9 gold tiles. See the little triangle icon? So I've chosen the triangle icon for me. There is an expert variant where you actually draft these at the start of the game. What these gold tiles are, as the name indicates, is these are end game scoring tiles. They're not worth anything for you if they're below your player board, but as soon as you choose to take one and put it on here, they will be worth points at the end of the game.
Yeah. Oops, sorry.
Borrow that. In each player has got one of these player aids, and an explanation of every single tile is included in here. Fairly obvious once you understand the iconography.
Yeah.
But once it's on here, that means that if you meet the condition printed on it, you will score 5 points at the end of the game. Every single one of these tiles is worth 5 points if it's on your board and you meet the conditions for it. Okay? Now, the next thing is, instead of placing one, you could flip one over to get funding. If you flip one over, very importantly, it is still worth... It's still exactly the same as what's on the other side. It's still worth the 5 points if you meet the condition. But the reason you flip it over to its dark side is so that you've remembered you flipped it over. You can't flip it over again. And if you do flip it over, you gain the benefit of one of the funding tracks. We'll explain that when somebody does it, but you don't have an option because you can't choose this option. So you choose one of your gold tiles, place it onto one of your spaces, and get the benefit.
Okay, cool. So I spent that one because you've taken it. I'm going to go for this one here, which at the end of the game, if I've completed 2 rows of weather, which it does look like I'm going to do,
get 5 points.
I will get 5 points for that.
Now, it's not just 2 rows of weather.
What?
It's the same weather.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not that easy.
I thought that was simple. I thought that was the easiest 5 points I've ever had.
I'll just show on the big camera. This is the gold tile that Nick was thinking about.
Yeah.
And it isn't just 2 completed rows, it's 2 completed rows with the same type of weather. Now you might think, how is that possible? Because of the limited number of tokens. Well, there are award tiles, which you've not seen yet, but that's these gold ones. These can be wildcards. And there are citation tokens as well, which is these. So, it is possible.
I'm all upset now. Okay, well, it'll have to be this one here then, I think. And I'm just trying to plan ahead. What do I need? And what do I need it for?
And that is for having the most or joint most workshop tiles in your workshop at the end of the game.
Yes.
So some of these scoring tiles, I'll just borrow that.
Yeah.
Some of these scoring tiles you see in the top right here, that means the most or the joint most. So there is a little bit of, it's not really player interaction, but you need to watch out for what the other players have got as their goal tiles. Certainly for those ones.
Okay, I'm going to put it, which one was it? Was it that one? No, it was this one.
That one.
And I'm going to put it into this one here.
Which gets you any one voucher or any one chemical.
And I'm going to buy this green one, or take
expensive.
this green one, sorry, because it would have normally been really expensive. And I'm going to put it there.
Okay, so that's your investment tile done. That's step 1 of your turn. Step 2?
Yeah. What am I going to do?
Move your scientist.
Move my
Where is your scientist?
He's just here.
In the lab.
I might just change... Yeah, okay. I was going to do something else, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to go over to here.
Oh, you don't want to do that.
I do, I'm desperate to. And I'm going to take this action here.
We move
Before you do
to
that,
first.
you get a government voucher.
So I get a government voucher, which I
You
need.
also get a science voucher because Latif is there.
Fantastic.
And then Latif moves to his office.
Yeah,
So we're going to get income at the end of this round.
for the first time, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So could you move me up one on that track there, please, Gemma?
So you're spending a
Yes, I'm spending one of
R&D
those.
voucher.
Yeah,
Move up on the funding track.
yeah.
Place a bot in a branch with
Yeah.
a matching chemical.
So this one here. So I will place a green one there.
And you get the benefit
And
of
I
the
get the
space,
benefit
which is a machine part.
A cog.
What would you like?
Oh, I don't know. It's decisions in this game, isn't it?
There's a few.
Please, may I have a blue?
Blue machine part.
Actually, no, a red. Sorry, I've changed my mind.
Magenta machine part.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay. All done?
Yes, I think so.
Step 3 was taking the action. Step
that-
4, placing a research token if the one.
Oh, I should have taken one.
You should have taken one.
Oh, yes, that was why I did it.
Yep.
So that goes into
And now
there.
you place it.
That goes in here.
Right. Okay, so my go. So I was going to go there
Yeah.
because Latif was there and I was going to get science vouchers and all sorts of other good stuff.
Sorry.
That's all right. Is there anywhere else? I mean, I could go back to that. I've got loads of lab vouchers. Not that I can publish. Nobody's published yet, have they?
Not yet.
No. Publishing gets you the breakthrough marker, which allows you to then make a breakthrough by building a machine. It's a whole other part of the game that you've not seen yet. I mean, I could go. No, I don't have the right. I'm going to have to go there, aren't I?
Where are you going?
Over there. But I can't do both, so I'll just go there. So I gain a government voucher. Nobody's to the left of me. I then spend one R&D voucher to perform this action, do some research. So could I have one space on the funding track, please? I then place a bot and a white chemical here, gaining me any one voucher.
Your voucher? Yep.
I'll have science. And I get this,
Nice.
which I don't have to place here, but I'm going to place here. There you go. Well, I put it there, and then at the end of my turn,
Which
put
is
it there.
yeah.
And that's me done.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Gemma, how you feeling?
Yes, so first of all, I'm going to use my
Subsidy tile.
subsidy tile.
So you perform this action,
Yep.
but without spending the
paying
chemical.
The chemical. So I'll turn it over first.
Yep.
So I'll do it in order. I'll go up on the track.
She's funny, isn't
So
she?
move on the funding track, place a bot on a space.
So I'm going to go.
Yeah, so you've replaced Latif's bot. That's it. There you go.
Can I just say something that we forgot to do?
What did we forget to do?
When we moved Latif, we should have placed a bot into
Oh, we should have
course
done.
we should.
Yes.
Not that there's any real consequence, but
Thank you for
I don't know if it
spotting
changes your
I don't think it would have changed what you did. No. Yeah. Thank you.
So now is that my action?
Now is your actual action. Yeah.
So I'm going to go to here. So I go up on the book
You gain an R&D voucher.
track, and I want to publish my paper.
Right.
I appreciate I only have one of these, but I can spend 3 of those.
3 of anything.
To make one of those, so they
what,
just all
what
go
happens, what we did earlier, we did slightly wrong earlier. What happened was you spent 3 vouchers to gain a science voucher
Yeah,
and then
to
spend
then
your
spend
science
it.
voucher. That's not technically how it works.
Yeah.
What you do is you need a science voucher,
So you just
pay
spend
3
3.
things instead.
Yeah.
So it is, the
I
net
do
effect was the same,
down 1, down 1, down 2.
down 2. So you've spent 2 vouchers in total. So this is an action we've not seen before. It costs 2 lab vouchers. You need to have a completed row in your office, which you do. And then the first thing you do is you slide the breakthrough marker to the right. So of that row, that marker moves to the right. There's a bot icon there. So you gain a bot immediately, which gains you the benefit immediately, which is a machine part.
And I will go for a blue. No, I'll go for white. No,
Okay.
I'll go for a blue.
Blue.
Sorry. So I slid the breakthrough marker. I've taken my bot.
Now, do you get the
Now-
investment tile as well?
I think that's where you take it off, is it not?
You may cite. I don't need to do that. Score
don't need
CP
cite.
for research and award tokens, so I get 246.
Yeah, so when you publish a paper, and I think this is printed on here. You basically get points, and the points are printed on your player board. So whenever you publish a paper, for each research token you get 2 points. For each citation token you get nothing, and for each award tile you get 4. So Gemma has 3 research tokens, so gets 6 points.
3, 4, 6.
That's for publishing.
And then
there's the investment tile, which is what's printed on that space. So you've got an investment tile.
Unlock the corresponding citation space if able.
So this is the thing. These citation tokens here, basically these are locks because they show that a paper has not yet been published on that type of weather. However, we now have a paper that's been published on wind, so this gets removed. Now, as soon as this is removed, the player who did it may spend 1 science to gain 3 points. You can't, so you don't get the 3 points. That's okay. But now, a very cool part of the game is because a paper has been published on wind, any of us who are also publishing a paper on wind only needs 2 tokens in the row, and they can cite for the 3rd token. If it happens, we'll explain it. If it hasn't happened by the end of the game, I'll explain it at the end of the video. But basically, as soon as 1 paper has been published, then you only need 2 tokens in the row in order to be able to publish your own paper. Right, so that was this action. And
you take an investment tile.
Yep, got an investment tile?
Yeah, sorry.
I think we're all done.
Yep.
Okay, and that was black.
So that's the end.
That's the end. So now we run the machine again.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay. Where's the machine? The machine is here. Right, so we have the assistant is in the fog branch.
Oh, no.
We have an active, we have a fog experiment tile in the display. So in turn order, which is me first.
What are you doing?
Not got science.
She's saying no.
Not got science.
You fool, Gemma. You fool. Oh no.
So science vouchers are really important, aren't they?
Yeah.
I almost missed that myself. So this is the branch. This is the experiment that's running. So I remove my bot. It goes back there. I am going to spend a science. So I'll spend 1 science. I get 2 points. Hey, I've got some points, and I get one of those 2 actions.
So it's this one here.
It's this one here.
So you could spend the chemical to put it back in another branch. What have you got? You haven't got enough.
Well, I've got salmon.
Oh, when I laid him, should I have taken one for him?
No, that's now when the experiment
of course,
runs.
sorry.
Oh, I got a good move for Paul. It's a bit dangerous, but you could do it.
I think I'm going to take an investment tile. Are you thinking I should go somewhere?
No, I'm thinking you should be a bit cleverer. What you should do, and you could do, is a
does that?
dirty action. You could take this one
what
here.
I'm thinking, yeah.
You could put it in this row here. Spend 2 to change that one to the colour that you need.
I'm doing about that.
Actually, no. Sorry, you need the investment tile to be able to get a chemical to put there again. Yeah, sorry, that doesn't work.
Yeah. No, I think I'm going to do this action. And I am going to spend a bot and a salmon chemical to go there.
What have you done, sorry?
I've done
okay.
that action on the experiment tile, which is this action.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to spend vouchers to do that?
No, you don't.
Let me just double check this. Whenever you gain a benefit, you never pay vouchers, even if it would normally cost vouchers.
Yeah, there you go.
So it is perform the work on experiment, you still need to pay the chemical. So I paid the chemical, that went on there, I did that, and I get one of these, which immediately goes there. Right, I'm done. And now it's Gemma, but unfortunately...
I completely erred. I meant to put it somewhere else. I can now remember, but I'll just take it back.
Oh.
And I won't take it back because I have no space.
Oh, no. So it goes
it's
back.
all going horribly wrong.
It is. Now, put it on somewhere because you're about to get income.
Yeah.
So I'd put it...
on one you don't want to get.
On one you don't want to get.
So you don't want a cog, so...
Okay. So that's the experiment run. But now we make the weather worse. So it gets more foggy. That fox can't see anything. We remove that from the game.
Slide them along.
Everything slides down, and the assistant moves along.
Should we do income and turn order?
turn order first.
Okay.
That doesn't change. Now we do income. So income is basically, if you look at your player board, it's these spaces here. And this is the only income, isn't it? There is no other income from anywhere else.
No.
It is just everybody gets all of the spaces on their board which are unlocked. So if you all want to, if you want to do your own, I'll do mine. I get one of those. 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 Don't get that, and I get a machine part. Which machine part do I want?
I haven't got room. I'm so upset.
I think I'm going to take green. I'm going to put it there. Okay, right. So we've all got our income. And
Latif moves.
Latif moves because you can never go to his location, so he's now back in location 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, so at the end of a round, after income has been done, Latif moves back to supply. Okay. Next round.
I'm trying to work out what I want to do now and the order I want to do it in. Okay, so it's me, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I'm going to go over to here.
Okay. So you get 1 lab voucher.
Yeah.
And then which action would you like to do? Or you could do both.
I'm going to do both.
Okay. So which one first?
I would like to... Actually, do I need to do them both? Yes, I do. I'll take a subsidy first.
Okay, so you're doing this action.
Yeah, so that costs me
2 government vouchers.
2 of these. I can choose any tile.
Pick any tile. It's got to be blue.
It's got Yes, I will choose, and they're both on exactly the same bonuses. I will publish a paper. So which one do I want? Doesn't make any difference. Gemma, you pick one. Let's go for the top left because it looks quite.
So you get a lab voucher and a science voucher.
Yeah.
And you get to publish a paper.
Oh, sorry, I don't want to. Oh, actually, going back to here. I'm sorry. Instead of spending my 2 of these, I will actually have spent
1 and 1.
there.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay, and now if we could flip it, I will then take
A science and a lab voucher.
I can't take the lab voucher anyway.
And you get to publish a paper. So
get
it's
to publish a
basically you
paper.
get to perform this action.
For free.
But again, yeah, never paying any vouchers. So you're going to publish a paper on the wind.
Yeah.
You've done all of your own research.
Yeah.
So you move the breakthrough marker to the right,
Yeah.
getting you a bot.
Gets me a
Now
bot.
you are allowed to take this
But I can't.
for 2 reasons. Because you've got 6 bots and you've got 5 tiles, but you've no space.
I want to down row.
Oh. But you do get 6 points.
Yeah, so
2 for each research token.
may I have 6 points, please, Gemma?
So yellow gets 6 points. It was not the first paper published, but you do get an investment tile.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
There you go. Okay.
And then for the second part of my turn, and I've just realised that I should have flipped that one over if I was clever, actually, but I've not done it.
Well, you didn't have an investment tile.
That one, I mean. I forgot to do it.
When?
At the very beginning.
You can't.
I can.
Only with an investment tile.
I thought you could just flip it for fun.
Investment tile, either gain a gold tile or flip a gold tile.
Oh, I thought it was just flip it.
No.
Oh, good job I didn't then.
Yeah.
I was in all sorts of trouble. And then for my second action, I'm going to spend that one there
To do this action.
one. So could you move me 1 up the track there,
Up
please,
on the
Gemma?
government track. Place a bot in a branch.
Could you put me in the sun on the white one, please? Or actually, do I want white? Yes, I do want white.
So you now have to pay a white machine part.
I'll do that.
Top, middle, or bottom?
What's the bottom one?
Bottom one is perform
Is that one there?
that action.
Without spending a chemical. I'll take that one, please. The bottom one. Thank you very much.
There you go.
Yep. And most importantly, I take this one here, which
Yes.
will complete that row for me.
Wow.
Cooking with gas today.
Yeah. Even
Actually, I should have waited.
Yeah, and then end of your turn it goes in.
But that is the last part. There's nothing else I can
That
do
is it.
there.
Grabbing those tokens. Right, me next. I think I need to go and publish a paper. Since it's all the rage. So I'm going to go to here. I gain an R&D voucher for doing so.
Mhm.
I will then spend 2 lab vouchers to publish a paper. So because I have 3 tiles here in a row, I will publish this paper. I slide that to the right, gaining me a chemical. I will take a white chemical.
Okay.
I get 6 points. If I could have 6 points, please. And I get an investment tile. And that is the first paper published about the fog. So that gets removed from the game, and I will spend 1 science to gain another 3 points. You may now all publish papers about the fog. Anybody been doing any fog research? No, just me.
Not for a while.
Just me.
Not in this game.
And then because I went onto the red space, I can basically do this action as well. So I will. So I will spend 1 lab voucher. Could I have 1 on the lab funding track, please? I will place a bot. Now, this is not going to run at the end of this round because it's not going to be full. So me going on there is possibly a bit of a waste.
Yeah.
You know, when I took that chemical just then, I'm going to take that one instead.
Remember that, Gemma. He owes us 1 now.
It's all happening at the same time. Because then what I'm going to do is I am going to place a bot here with that chemical.
Okay. Going all in on the sun.
Well, the sun is worth 6 points per bot.
6 points, you're joking.
But you need 2 science. Because what people didn't see in setup, I'm just going to show this on the board. You've seen these tiles coming out. This was not a stack of tiles that were shuffled. These were actually in stages. So there was stage 1 first, then there was stage 2, and then the stage 3 at the bottom. So all of these ones that are coming out now cost, they're more valuable, but they do cost 2 science. So yeah, that's going to be quite good for me if I can get an extra science before that experiment runs. And I think I've got time. So that's it. That's my go done. Gemma.
So I'm going to spend my tile to place one of these ones into here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you spend your investment tile to set a goal.
So I'm going to set this one.
Okay, I'm just going to show that on camera. So Gemma is setting herself this goal, which means at the end of the game, if her funding marker on the government track is the furthest or joint furthest ahead, then you'll get 5 points.
And I'm going to put it in here so I get a
voucher or a chemical.
Voucher or a chemical. And I'm going to take a voucher.
Okay. Not science? I mean, unless you're about to get any science, then I think it's always beneficial to take a science because it acts as anything.
Yeah.
But you don't want to do what I did, which was, oh yeah, I'll take science automatically, and then suddenly you go, oh, gain 2 science. Oh, I can't because I've no room. So.
Yeah.
Right, so that was the start of your turn.
So I'm going to go.
Where are you off to?
Yeah.
Right, so you gain 1 lab voucher plus another lab voucher, and then you perform one of the 2 government actions. Nobody's trying to fix any of this extreme weather yet. That's it. None of us have built a machine yet.
No, we've not. But we've only just started publishing research.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know whether to take it or whether to flip it.
This is nice because you get vouchers and the ability of the tile, but this is what gets you. This costs you stuff, but gets you the research token.
So I'm going to do the first one.
Okay.
So I'll go down 1.
So you spend 1 government voucher. You advance on the government funding track, which you need to do for your goal. Pop a bot on a space.
I'm going to go here.
Pay a machine part of that colour. Yep. Goes on there. And you take that. And you take this. Which then goes there on there.
Oh, sorry, I put it in there.
Yeah, and then it goes to there. Yep. Nice.
End of the round?
I think we're end of the round. So does the experiment run? There is a snow tile.
But there's not enough.
But there isn't enough. So
that comes off.
That comes off. That moves to there and that disappears?
Yeah, the snow one then goes.
Right, okay.
And they slide.
So, end of the game. Let's just talk about the different ways the game can end.
Yeah.
If the last tile gets placed in here, and we've only got 4 tiles left in these stacks. So once the last of those tiles is placed in here, that triggers the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
when somebody gets the Nobel Prize, which is this big chunky marker over here.
That's a nice piece, that is. I want that.
And you only get that if you've got 3 awards.
Yeah.
And you only get an award when you build a machine. Mm-hmm. So we've not done that yet. Or this is full, the government machine is full, or R&D is full. Yeah. So at the moment, we're not close to any of those, apart from we're zipping through these.
Yeah. So what's the next one? Rain. That one will go. The rain will go. Wind. That next one will go as well, won't it? Then the sun will go. So these 3 are going to go in the next 3 turns. So actually, there's... Depending what that...
We're not going to accomplish very much in this game, are we?
Well, we're not going to certainly get through here, are we?
Yeah. Okay. Right then. It has to be said that whilst... we've all played this once or twice before. We're not experts at this game.
Far from
and
it,
this is a game where once you become good at it, you will be able to accomplish a lot more because you will be able to put together all of your different actions and you'll know more about what you're doing. Yeah, come back in a year and watch us play again and then, and then we'll be experts. Right.
Okay.
So that's the experiment. Turn order doesn't change because it didn't change, so it's next round.
It
now,
is
start of your turn, you've got options.
Yes, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to plan and work ahead. I'm going to... I think I'm going to turn this one here. Am I going to change my plan a little bit? Yes, I will. So I'm going to flip this one over here so I can take this action here for free. So what am I going to do? So I do that one there. I don't pay the cost.
I just noticed something.
Okay.
We've been playing slightly wrong.
Okay.
In a 3-player game, you do only use 2 of each type.
Right.
Okay. So apologies for that. We knew that was the rule for a 2-player game.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten that was also the rule for a 3-player game.
So what does that mean for you, Paul?
Nothing.
Nothing. Nobody's taken the last one, so...
What? No, because you've put those 2 there that you probably would never have put there anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
You're all right?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. But yeah, so apologies for that. There should only have been 2 tiles in a 2 to 3-player game in here.
Right. So sorry. So I flipped this one here. I've not got very far yet, so I don't pay that one. Gemma, could you move me one at that track there, please? I don't pay the cost of the chemical, so I'm going to put a bot there, and I'm going to take the benefit. And I would like... I'm not really bothered because I'm probably not going to do this one. I would like... I think... is there any with a... No, green's no good. Red, blue, or pink? Red, blue, or pink? What are the blues with? That's blue and green. I'll take the blue and green, please.
Blue and green.
Thank you very much. So I take that benefit there, don't I? Then
you get a research token.
So I get a research token.
Yeah, so what happens is that branch is now complete.
Yeah.
So you get a research token.
Yeah.
And because research has been done here, this counts kind of like, let's just zoom in a bit. This counts like publishing a paper. So if the paper on wind had not yet been published, then the citation token would now be removed as if a paper had been published on that.
The only thing we've not done is we need to take a blue one off of there. We learned earlier on.
Yeah, that needs to go on there. Okay, right. We're good.
So I would like to build the first prototype of the game, I think.
Ooh.
Exciting. Let's do it.
Right. So at the start of your turn, you flip that over.
I've done that.
Which allowed you to do...
To complete that row.
This action.
Yeah.
Right, which you've now done.
So now I'm going to move this one.
Move to here. You gain a government voucher.
I gain a government voucher, which I need.
Okay. And we're now going to see,
for
the first time in the game.
Yeah. Can you talk me through this from the rules then, Paul? Just because we didn't do this one too many times.
So first of all, you have to spend 2 R&D vouchers to do it.
So I'll do one of these, 1 science voucher.
Yeah. Okay. Now, you have to have a published paper on the thing. So when we say a published paper... if we look at Nick's board, a published paper not just means you've got 3 in there, but that this marker has been moved to the right. That marker being moved to the right indicates that you have published a paper on that particular thing. So you have that. Right, so now we look at the extreme weather. This is wind. So now what we do is we look at the extreme weather tile for wind, and there is a science cost printed on it. It would be nothing if it was stage 1, but it's 1 because we're at stage 2 extreme weather. So you must spend 1 science.
Yeah.
That's what's printed here. You then take your breakthrough marker from that column and place it on any of the spaces on there.
And I'll take 2 points, please, Gemma.
And that's good. Well, no, what we need to do is... Yeah, I'll just talk you through this from the rules.
Yeah, I thought so.
You need to build the prototype at this point. Building a prototype is all part of this.
Yeah.
So you've chosen a row in your office where you've published a paper.
That one there, yeah.
You've paid the science vouchers. You've moved the breakthrough marker from that row onto an empty space, gaining the benefit.
2 points, please.
2 points. You now need to build the prototype.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to explain how building the prototype works, which is a whole extra set of rules in itself. Basically, the prototype needs a certain number of machine parts.
Yeah.
And we can see here the parts that are needed for this machine. It needs to be magenta, blue, green, and green. However, because there are bots on these spaces, those bots will automatically provide those parts for you. Now, you could provide the parts yourself because you are going to get more points the more parts you provide yourself.
Yeah.
But the minimum amount you need to build for that machine is 1 magenta because all of these are already there. And I suspect that's what you're doing because if you look at your player board, you only have 1 magenta.
Yeah.
Right? Now, for the purposes of explaining the rules to people, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this to here and I am going to remove this. Okay, so what I've done is I have removed this bot from here. If this was the situation, then Nick, to build the prototype, would have to use 1 magenta and 1 green. Yeah. You would have to provide that. You may then provide a green and a blue yourself, but that you don't need to. And if we just look at your player board, that magenta and that green would have to be in the same row.
But you can move around.
You can rearrange things.
If you had too many and these were all cogs and you had a red and a green, you would lose the third one as well. Yeah, and you wouldn't get any points for that.
You'd lose everything in that row.
Yeah.
So in this situation, this is actually quite easy to build the prototype.
I know, I've been thinking ahead. That was why I flipped that token. So
you only need one magenta. Yeah. So let's go through the rules. Each bot on a research space in the branch belonging to you or another player may provide the required part for you, or you can provide it yourself. So let's go through all of these. You're providing the magenta.
Yeah.
For that top one, we know the answer. Are you going to provide the blue yourself, or are you going to get the bot to provide it? For this one, are you going to provide it yourself?
They're all bots.
So what happens is Gemma scores 2 points because it's Gemma's bot that you're using to provide the part. You don't get the points for your own bot providing the part.
Yeah.
So why would you provide those parts yourself if you get them for free? Because you get 2 points for every part that you provide. However, in addition to that, you also get 2 points for each of your bots in the branch. So you're going to get 4 points.
6 points.
Well, 2 for that, 2 for that, and 2 because you provided 1 part yourself.
Yeah.
6 points.
So you get 6 points. Okay? And then you return all of the parts from that row to the supply.
Yeah.
And then you get an award.
Hey!
So we have our first award tile.
Magic.
In the game.
Yeah.
One of these?
Please.
Yeah, one of those.
Thank you very much.
Award tiles are...
They're lush.
They are very lush.
They're gold.
They're gold.
They're the
award
gold
tiles.
prize.
Well, yeah, they kind of don't work with the green screen. I'm going to steal it, and I'm going to show you my player board. So award tiles go here. The big difference between award tokens and research tokens is whereas research tokens you must use them at the end of your turn. Award tokens are optional. You can keep them here as long as you want to, but at any time on your turn you can move it to any space. They act as a wild card. But what you can't do is, whenever you're publishing a paper, there has to be 1 research token. So you can't have 3 award tiles in a row. Well, technically, I think you can.
Yeah.
But you can never publish a paper. So yeah, award tiles are basically wildcards.
And when you do publish a paper, you get 4 points for the award,
4.
but 2 for your own research ones.
Yeah, 3 award tiles, Nobel Prize, triggers the end of the game.
Could you have 1 research, 1 citation, and 1 award tile?
Yes. Yeah. You can only have at most 1 citation, and there has to be at least 1 research.
Yeah, okay.
So the other one can be, so it could be 3 research, research and 2 awards, research, award, citation. I think they're the 3 options.
Okay.
Right, well that was exciting. So
I'm buzzing.
Yeah, so if we look over here, basically this extreme weather Nick has built a machine to try and fix it.
Yeah.
Once all of the spaces are full, then that is counted as being fixed. That tile gets removed, placed back on the stack off camera, and
Yeah. And the two ways that can be done is Gemma, because she has published a paper on wind, she could do that for her turn now and gain herself some points. Or if that one there was finished, if somebody put that green tile in,
the government tries fixing it.
Will fix it.
Yeah. So the second marker that gets placed on there will fix that weather. Right.
There's a lot of moving parts, aren't there?
There is a lot of moving parts. Are you done with your turn?
Yes.
You are?
I think I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I am, yeah.
My go. Well, I was so excited by that. I've
You've not been
completely lost track of actually what it... Well, can I build a thing? I can't. Because I need... If I was to build a prototype to fix the fog, I need green, white...
And blue
minimum.
In a straight line.
In a straight line. And I can't do that. So that is not an option for me.
No. Are you not going to potentially use one of your investment tiles?
Well, I do have an investment tile. Yeah. So...
Just a thought as well. Again, my understanding is that at the end of the game, any unspent investment tiles you can then use...
To put gold on the board.
So you don't necessarily run...
You absolutely can.
If you don't use them, you don't lose them.
Yeah. Now, I'm looking at these gold tiles and I'm thinking... I don't think I'm going to be able to do any of these. Again, not very good at the game, but I'm looking at these and I think, yeah. Now that one, I'm just going to look up what that one is because I might be able to do that one. Triangle purple says, have at least 3 bots in the same R&D branch. Well, considering each branch only consists of 3 spaces, that basically means having all 3 bots in one branch. So potentially I could do that if I worked towards it. And I'm tempted to do that now. Yeah, I'm very tempted to do that now because I think I can. If I was to do this action, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that. It would get me another one of these, which is not actually that much use. But yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to use this investment tile at the start of my turn. And I'm going to take this one. And I'm going to put it there. And I'm going to take a white chemical, which I can put there. That's my start of turn done. I then move to here. Do we want to do both? Ooh. Oh, now that's interesting. I could do both. I've just worked it out. I think I can do both. Right. I get a government voucher for going there. So I'm going to do this one first. So I'm going to spend an R&D voucher. Could I have one on the funding track, please? I'm going to put a bot in here with a white chemical. And that gets me any voucher. So I'll take science. And I get this. And I'm going to put that here, which gets me 2 supply vouchers. And then, because I went onto the red space, I can actually do this action as well. I think I'm going to build a machine. I've seen how you've done it.
You've been inspired.
I have been inspired. I think, if I've understood this correctly, I can do it. So I need to pay 2 R&D vouchers. That's one of those and a science. I have published a paper.
Yep.
I need to spend 1 science. So I spend a science.
Yeah.
I take this marker. I put it on the...
Points or cogs.
That's interesting, actually. So you put the marker on there and get the machine part, and then you can use that machine part to build the machine.
Can you?
Well, yeah. If you look at the turn sequence, step 2, pay a number of science vouchers, place the breakthrough marker on the row, gaining the benefit depicted on the space. Then, step 3, build the prototype. So you can. Interesting.
Okay. I wouldn't have thought that would be that way around. Okay. Not that there's any net difference in it for you in this instance.
No.
For Gemma, though, it would have been me getting 2 points instead of giving them to her.
Yeah. I don't know which of those I want. I mean, machine parts are good. Machine parts are very good, aren't they? No, can I have the 2 points? 2 points. Okay. So did that, got the token, put the token on there. Oh, no, yeah, I'm now building the prototype. So now the prototype has to be green and blue minimum. So I'm just going to move that to there and then I build it. Okay, and I get 2 points for each of my bolts in the branch, 2 points for each of these, so I get 8 points. Can I have 8 points, please? And I get an award tile. I think that's it. I did both actions. Yeah, finished. Okay, so yeah, so this award tile is not placed until the end of my turn. So technically speaking, it's still there. End of my turn, that goes there. I get that. That could be important because I couldn't have used those vouchers for anything else. Right.
What award tile, sorry?
So I placed this immediately and I shouldn't have done that. I should have put it there and only moved it here at the end of my turn.
You took one from there, did you? Is that what you were saying?
I did this action, then I did this action.
I'm sorry.
I did both actions because I'm greedy.
Understood.
Right, Gemma. I got the hang of it now. Can we restart the game?
So I'm going to
flip that over to get a chemical. Yeah.
And I'm going to take magenta.
You're not doing a prototype as well, Gemma, are you?
I was going to do a prototype as well.
I knew
We're all doing it.
So you take 2 government vouchers.
2 government vouchers.
This one?
Yeah,
one for the space.
And one for...
one because I'm to the left.
Yeah. Okay.
But you can only do one of those 2 actions.
Yeah.
And you're building a prototype?
I was going to build a prototype.
So you do have a published paper.
I do have a published paper.
So you take that breakthrough marker.
And I'm going to go here.
You put it on there. You have to spend 1 science to do that. And you immediately get a machine part. Well, you're going to need magenta. So you're going to take magenta. And then you build the machine. So you've got to have magenta. The others are all optional.
They all have to be in a line.
They all have to be in a line.
So I can only actually use a maximum of 2.
Exactly. So you can provide your own green part if you want to.
And I'm going to spend 1 green part so that Nick doesn't get it.
Right,
but he'll obviously get the blue one.
So you're spending... Let's just zoom in on this bit again. So you're spending the magenta.
Yeah.
You're going to use Nick's to provide the blue.
Yeah. Use my own.
Your own to provide the green, and then your own to provide that instead of that. Yeah. So Nicky only gets 2 points for that one.
He gets 2 points.
Nick gets 2 points. You've used 2 parts, which is 2 points. 4, and 2 for that, so you get 6.
Got right off here.
That's me.
Oh,
you can move me if you want. I don't mind.
2, 4,
6. Okay.
So they can go back to
There you go back to the supply, and you get an award tile.
Oh, okay, I'll spend the voucher, so down 1 there and down 1 there.
Oh, to perform the action?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, you didn't spend the... Right, to perform the actual action. Yeah, the magenta tile that you got was from there, so you didn't have to pay for it, you got it. Yeah.
So we've now fixed the weather. So now what do we do?
So basically, those markers get removed and removed from the game. They are gone.
I would have hoped you'd get like some points for doing that.
Well, you got the points. You got the points for building the machine that put them on there.
Yeah.
But when it's fixed, you don't get any more points for it. It's sad.
It is really sad. I was hoping for like 5 points.
But that tile gets removed and placed by the side of the board.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're now back to normal wind.
Brilliant.
That goes back on there. Okay. Right. And you got your reward tile. Which you can place at any time if you wanted to.
So, the weather machine.
Experiment. Doesn't run.
No.
Because there isn't enough bots. So that gets removed. And that moves on. 3 tiles left. Wow. Right. Turn order. No changes.
No income.
No income. Next round.
Feeling the pressure here.
These tiles.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to really cash in now.
Are you going to flip one over?
I've been arguing with myself about it.
There are only a few parts of the game we've not explained yet, and getting the benefits of funding track is... Not that I'm saying you have to.
No.
But when somebody does, we'll explain the funding tracks.
There was one I was looking at.
I got nothing in my workshop. It's empty. It's just some spider webs.
I'm going to take this one. I'm going to spend that, please.
You're going to set another goal?
Yeah.
Okay, which
and
one?
This one here.
Okay.
Which is to be the furthest ahead or joint furthest ahead on the lab funding track.
On the lab funding track, okay.
Yeah. So, where am I going to put it? What do I want to take? Do I want a chemical? I think I do. I'll put that there, and I will take a blue.
Okay.
Right.
Where are you going to go to?
I hope I'm doing this correct in the way that I want to do it. So I'm going to go over here.
Left-hand space?
Left-hand space.
So you get 1 lab voucher.
Which I can't have.
Okay.
So then you pay things in order, don't you? Yeah?
Which action do you want to do?
So I will first take a subsidy.
That costs you 2 government vouchers.
So I'm going to spend 1 there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to spend
3.
These 3 here.
Okay.
And I will flip that book tile, please. No, that
this
one.
So you get a science voucher and a lab voucher.
And a lab voucher.
And you perform the publish a paper action.
Yeah. Now I'm going to follow this one here. So publish a paper. Doesn't cost me the vouchers. Choose a completed row in your office, then slide the breakthrough marker and gain the benefit you may cite.
Right. And the benefit is?
To take this action.
This action without spending the chemical.
Should we resolve that first?
Yeah.
Okay, as long as we don't get lost. Okay, so I will... So if you could move me up 1 on that track there, please. And thinking about it, I didn't actually need to take that blue chemical, did I? I'm going to put that one there.
That's that without...
Yeah.
Yep.
That's that. That's all the action, isn't it? Yeah. Then I score... Oh, and I also take an investment token as well, don't I?
Yeah,
I do later. Okay. Yeah. So score climate points for research and war tokens.
6 climate points.
6 points, please, Gemma. 34. Then take an investment tile. If you unlock the corresponding citation space, which I will for Sun, I will spend 1 science point.
3 points.
For 3 points.
That's that gone.
So what's that earn me? 12 points? It's not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Cool. So that was the first part, wasn't it?
Yes, that was this action.
Yeah.
You may now do this action as well if you wanted to. No, you're not there.
I've done that, haven't I?
Where are you? You're here.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was that
so
action which allowed you to publish a paper.
So I've actually already done that action, and that one in one turn, haven't I? And I can still do that one.
So that one got you to do this one.
That one.
And that one got you to do this one.
Yeah.
And now you can still do this one if you want to.
Except I don't have any cogs. So I can't actually do that.
No cogs.
But that's cool because I'm running out of vouchers anyway, so I'm not going to sweat too much about that. I think I've done pretty well.
Okay, my go. I got nothing to do at the start of my turn. I'm going to move here. I get a science voucher for going there. I get another science voucher because Latif is there. Latif moves to here. And this, and that gets a bot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spend 2 supply vouchers to take this bot, which gets me a supply voucher back. I'm then going to spend that supply voucher. Oh, I can't. Blue chemicals have gone up in price. And I need 2 science because if I don't have 2 science when that runs, then I'm in big trouble.
So what are you thinking? What are you going to buy?
I want to spend this 1 remaining supply voucher, but I don't know what to buy. I tell you what I need. I need that. So you can't buy machine parts, but I need a machine part. How do you get machine parts again? Lots of ways. Do I spend that 1? Do I adjust turn order? Do I need to adjust turn order? Yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to adjust turn order. There you go. Right. And that is my go done.
Gemma.
I'm going to go here.
Ooh.
So nothing at the start of your turn.
So Gemma gets...
See, that's where I was going to go. That's why I took first in turn order. So you get 1 lab voucher.
Yep.
Plus another 1 because there is a player to your left.
Yeah.
And then a science voucher for Latif.
Yep.
And then he moves again.
And then Latif moves to here.
Yep.
And we put a bot that not Oh no, there's already one there. So that's full, so it goes here.
Okay.
Mm.
And now you get to perform either that or that action.
So I was going to perform this action.
Okay. So you spend a government voucher.
Spend one government voucher.
Move up on the government track. Place a bot on a space.
Oh, sorry. First of all, I was going to convert.
So you do that at the point you need to pay it.
Okay.
Yeah. So now you need to pay a green part. You don't have a green part, so you swap the blue for a green at the cost of 2 vouchers. And then that goes there.
That one goes there. And then, because it's not there, I take one of these.
You take one of those, yeah. And we have now completed a government branch. So this is another part of the game that we haven't seen. Once the government completes a branch, the government has basically built its own machine, because we've been selling these parts to the government.
Yeah.
So the government has now built its own machine to try and fix the wind. So what we do is we take one of these government breakthrough markers. Here, I think it goes on the leftmost space.
Yes, the leftmost.
Leftmost space. But then, as you can see on here, players with bots in that branch get 3 points per bot. So, Nick, you get 3 points.
Yeah.
Jamie, you get 6 points.
Oh, I thought it was there. I thought I was going to get 6 points. So 6 for you, Jar. 27.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Happy days.
That's the government trying to help fix the weather as well.
Yeah, good stuff.
So that was that action. And yeah, I think you're done. Okay, so phase B.
Does the weather machine run? No.
It doesn't run, because although there's an experiment tile there, the branch isn't full. So that disappears. That disappears. That's cycling through really quickly.
Yeah.
Are we just a bit rubbish?
And then that one moves across.
At least the next one's going to run. Yeah. Okay. Turn order. Changes.
Yep.
No income. Next round.
To you?
Yeah. Well, I was going to go there and get loads of good stuff. But sad times I can't. Maybe we go over there and do the thing. What do I need? I need a bot, I need a machine part, and I need a blue chemical. I don't have those things. That's what I needed to buy, a blue chemical, but I can't because of that. Oh! Right. Wow. So I need a machine part to sell to the government. We might have to just subsidy again. So I'm going to move here. I gain 1 lab voucher and 1 more lab voucher.
Popular over there today.
It is. We're off to the government.
Yeah.
Knock, knock, knock. Give some money. I'm then going to spend 2 government vouchers to do this action. Oh, there's not much left, is there? It'll be that. Oh, yeah, it'll be that one. Oh, no, hang on. No, it'll be that one. So I get a supply voucher, an R&D voucher, and I flip that over and get a machine part, and the machine part I'm going to take is... Oh. Is one that gives me a chemical. There isn't any that give me a chemical. Okay, white. Take a white machine part. So I've done that. I did that. That's it. End of my turn. So I could put this on at any time. I could go there if I really wanted to. That's not great. No. Okay, I'm good. It's my go done. Nick.
Oh, I'm struggling. I need 1 more cog. And I don't. I need 1 more.
You can buy mine. 10 points.
Quite a swing.
If it's not the right colour, I know a painter.
Yeah. What am I going to do?
You're currently quite ahead on points, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're going to get 6 from here as well.
Yes, that's why I was quite quick in getting in there, because I could see how that was going to swing. I'm going to spend an investment token to flip this one here.
Right,
for the first time this
we
game.
are having...
Yeah, let's showcase everything.
Yeah. So, as mentioned about 2 hours ago, when you spend an investment tile at the start of your turn, you may set a goal or receive funding. So to receive funding, you flip over.
Yeah.
Now you flipped over a green one,
which is the track that
which is the funding track, which is the lab funding track. So the lab funding track is the special one. This works in a special way. First of all, your marker is here.
Yeah.
So you get that science voucher and that science voucher.
So I get two science vouchers. Yeah.
And then what you do is you actually choose one of the other 2 tracks, gain the benefits of that track, but treat your marker as if it is 2 positions further ahead.
On that track.
On that track.
So I will take, please, 2 cogs as if I was 2 further on.
So if you just want to move the yellow one 2 spaces to the right, just temporarily. Yeah. So the R&D track. Yeah. You can choose any of the benefits. One of the benefits, which is either below your marker or to the left of your marker, and you're going to choose the one below where your marker is.
Yeah. So I will take
get 2 machine parts, but you don't get all of them. You only get. So you could either get 2 machine parts, 1 machine part and 3 points, or 1 machine part. So you're going to take 2 machine parts. And then we'll slide it back to there.
Yeah.
So you get 2 machine parts.
So can I please have a white and a pink, as you call it, pink?
Salmon?
Yeah, whatever that is, yeah.
There you go.
Magic.
Okay.
I'm going to move to here. Oh no, wait, what am I doing? Oh no, I need a bot. Damn, how many more turns have we got? Sorry, that one's going to go, then that one will go next time. Then that one will go. So we've got what? How many more turns? 2 more turns.
Not many. Let's just read end of the game to see. So the end of the game trigger.
Yeah.
So during phase B of the final round, starting with the branch where the assistant is and proceeding in order of the arrows, we check each completed branch of the weather machine.
Yeah.
And for each branch, if there is a current experiment tile matching the type of weather, we run the experiment following the normal rules. So what we'll do is when the end of the game is triggered, we finish the current round and we play 1 more round.
Right.
But we skip phase C in that last round. Yep. And in phase B, we actually go through all of the experiments and see if they all happen.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Right. I have made myself quite an easy decision, actually. So I'm going to move to here, back to the supply. Do you know this is only the 2nd time I've been back to supply since the beginning of the game?
Is it?
Yeah. I've been doing really well taking stuff from other places. So I take a science token. Oh no, I can take any token I want, can't I?
Here?
Yeah.
This is
a wild.
Any.
I'll take one of those in because I don't need any more science tokens. So
why are you going to the right space? You want to go to the left space?
I'm sorry.
Makes it more expensive then for other people to go.
Oh yeah, you're right. So many different tracks. Okay, what do I want to do? I'm going to take the I'm going to pay 2 to take this bot here off, which I can do. So I take it and I put it there, and it gets me this bonus here, which is...
So this is a new bonus that we've not seen.
Actually, no, that's that one.
Well, no,
there,
we have seen it. It's the same icon as we've seen in other places.
I thought it was going on to there.
It's this action without paying the chemical.
Yeah. Is that worth it? I can't take any of these, can I? I've not got enough stuff.
No.
What does the rain one get me? Yeah, why not? I'll go. So I get to move 1 at the track, don't I?
You've removed that.
Yeah.
So you're doing this action. So you move 1 up on the funding track for the lab. Try. So yellow moves up on that.
That's one of my scoring things.
Then put a bot, but you don't have to spend the chemical.
No. Is there?
Nice.
Then I will...
And that was just for buying a bot, which cost you 2 supply vouchers.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
Then I will spend another 2 to take this one here off. Yeah, I like the bots. They're really helpful. Chemical. And I want a pink one, which can, thank goodness, can go there. And then I don't know what else. What are the other options I can do? Don't want to change the turn order. I can't really afford any more bots. I don't need another workshop. I'm done, I think.
You could return chemicals if you needed to.
How much would the blue get me?
The blue would get you 1.
Oh, I don't really need it.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
All done. Gemma.
Okay.
So start of your turn. Subsidy or investment?
Yeah, I was going to use this one.
So is that advance 1 on any of the funding tracks?
Funding tracks.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've got lots of subsidy tiles, Gemma, haven't you?
The other thing we haven't mentioned yet is people will have noticed that there are 6 slots at the edge of the player board for investment tiles and subsidy tiles, but it's not a limit.
Is it not? I thought it was limited.
It is not a limit.
Oh, I see.
It says it in big red letters. We've even devoted 1 page of the rulebook to say, Nick, there is no limit.
Please read better. Buy some glasses.
So yeah, you can have more than 6, and you just put them to one side.
I can't decide which one to go up though.
Well, you're already quite ahead on the government one.
Is it any of your scoring things?
That one.
Yeah, that one.
Oh. For you right now, I'd say the middle one, personally. Because if you go up 1, that's not going to really net you any benefit there.
Yeah, because these tracks are worth points at the end of the game.
So you get 2 points there, and it would get you an extra science one if you flip that token. You haven't got one in there.
I go up there. And then for my go, I'm going to go... Yeah.
Okay. So you gain 1 government voucher. And then which action would you like to perform?
So I'm going to perform just
this one?
The first one.
Yeah.
But I have to spend science voucher because I don't have any more of the books.
Science instead of the R&D voucher. Okay. And then you place a bot on a space.
Oh. Nope, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, we'll have an undo. So have your science voucher back.
Yeah.
You lose your government voucher.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then where was this?
Here.
Okay.
I'm just thinking out loud. I did that the wrong way around. I meant to have spent one of those instead of one of those. Am I too late to take back?
No, that's fine.
Thanks.
Unless you win. In which case, no.
No, damn.
Supply. No. Ooh. So you gain an R&D voucher.
That one,
because Latif is to your left, you gain a science voucher. Latif then moves to here. And when Latif moves...
Bot goes on.
Bot goes on. That's all full. That's already got a bot, so it goes there.
And I still don't have things, so I can't do that either. No, I'll publish.
That's already published.
Shouldn't I move
you can
down?
Yeah. So you can move the award tile down there, or you could cite.
I think I will move
You
the
might
down
as well move the award tile down. Yeah.
So this will cost me 2.
So you're publishing a paper.
Yeah. 2 lab funding points.
2 of the lab vouchers.
Yep.
You move the award tile to there, and now you've got a completed row. So you slide the thing to the right, getting you that bonus.
I can't do that though because I have no
okay.
bot.
Right.
But I get.
You get an investment tile in sex.
I get 8.
8 points. 2, 4, and 4 for that one.
4 is 8.
So yeah, 8 points.
3, 5.
3, 5.
And then
you get an investment tile.
An investment tile as well.
There you go.
And I think that's everything.
So you published a paper on the Sun. A paper has already been published on the Sun, so we don't remove the citation token. Yeah. I think that's it. Phase B.
The weather machine does run.
The weather machine does run, finally. Wow. Right, so in turn order, so that's me first. I remove my bots, which go back here. I then may spend 2 science, which I do, to get 6 points per bot. So could I have 12 points, please? That's more like it.
33.
Yeah. And then one of those bonuses, which is a bot or an investment tile. Now, that's interesting because I don't really need another bot. But if I take this bot, I get a chemical. And I need a chemical.
You going over here next, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I am going to take this bot, which I put there, and that gets me a chemical. And I take this blue chemical, which I can't pick up, which goes there. And I would get a research token, but there isn't one there, so I get a science instead. Right. That's all of that done for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now for you remove the bot.
I take that one back.
You may spend 2 science.
Quite expensive, but I'm going to do it.
You get 6 points.
6 points, please, Gemma.
6 points for yellow. And then you can either have a bot or an investment tile.
A bot or an investment tile? I'll take an investment tile, please.
Okay. I have an investment tile.
Thank you.
And then?
We've done that. I get a science token then.
You get a science.
So then the tile comes off.
The sun gets worse. Oh dear.
Oh yes.
It's got really bad. It's got very, very hot. that is the level 3. Yeah.
Look at that. Looks like awful. I think you should zoom in on that. Show everyone how bad that looks. Oh, you already have.
There we go. So this is the tile which is...
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like Australia last year, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it's all Latif's fault.
Yeah. So
Okay.
what colour are those two at the top? 2 pinks?
2 salmon machine parts, yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be quite hard to fix that. Yeah, very hard to fix that. Okay, so that's the extreme weather tile done. Then this gets removed. Everything slides along.
Whoa.
So when one more tile goes on there, that's going to trigger the end. He then moves to there.
Which will be next. So this we've got 2 more rounds then, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
After this one.
Yeah.
Okay, phase C.
Yeah.
Turn order? Nope. Income? No. Have we only done income once?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's weird because we had one game where he was flying around all the time. Yeah. We had loads of income, and then we had like this one where we've only had
every game plays out differently just based on where he goes. So in my go,
yeah, you were going over here, you said, didn't you?
I think so because I need to go here in order to complete this goal to get 5 points.
Okay, good stuff.
Yeah, this is a weird goal. I've got to have all 3 in the same branch.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go here. I gain a government voucher. I gain a science voucher because Latif is to my left. Latif then moves to here, which puts a bot here. So I can only do one of the actions, so I'm going to do this action. So I spend a R&D voucher. Could I move up 1 on the R&D track, please? I put a bot in here, which costs me a blue chemical. And because it's the bottom row, I also have to spend a machine part, which I have. But I get the benefit, which is a bot. Now, what's that action? So what are we going to have this turn? We are going to have this. So I can do it. I'm going to remove that bot, put it there, and perform the work on an experiment without paying the chemical.
Cool. So you move.
So I basically put a bot there.
And you move 1 at that track as well, don't you?
Yeah, and I move 1 up there.
Gemma, if you will.
There you go.
Was it to there or to the next one? Sorry.
It was that one.
Where did I? That was there, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that comes off.
So, what did I just do? I just did this.
So you're done, aren't you? I think that's everything.
Yeah,
Can you take a research token?
Which means it's this. So I can't take a research token, so I get an investment tile. And that would unlock that if it hadn't already been unlocked.
Good stuff.
I think I'm only going to publish 1 paper in this game. That's a bit rubbish. Yeah, I think I'm done. Nick.
Oh dear, I'm trying to work out what I need to do for this because I've got a really big move planned. And I think I can do it, but I'm not sure. So basically I want to do these 2 actions and I can put 1 on and clear all that.
If you can build the prototype, yeah.
And but I need all the science vouchers.
You need 2 science.
I need 2 science, and I don't actually have any of those. So I can spend 1, 2, 3. That could go down, but I don't have enough. If that tile hadn't gone on, that was only 1, and it scuppered my plans a little bit. I could put that one onto there to take 1 extra one. Is that enough? I know
that would be 1 science voucher.
But then I would need 2, so that would only be enough there. But I don't have any R&D vouchers to do that, do I?
Yeah, you've not got enough.
No. How can I get some more vouchers? Is there any other thing?
I've got 1. I'll sell you it for 15 points.
But then I'm going to get a load of vouchers at the end of this round.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any subsidies worth taking? What's that one? Bottom left? It's put 1 on here without chemical, isn't it?
That action, yeah.
Plus I need my science vouchers for this round when the weather goes. And there's 2 more rounds after this one, you said?
So, the end of the game is going to be triggered this round.
Yeah.
Because this experiment is going to run and that's going to go in there. So that's going to trigger the end of the game.
Yeah.
We finish that round, which basically is that, and then we do 1 more round.
Yeah.
So you're right, 2 more rounds.
So I can get 1 voucher if I go there. Oh no, I can't believe this.
But remember, at the end of the game,
Yeah.
Or anything that's here will trigger if there's a branch full.
Yeah.
So it is still worthwhile trying to complete some branches if you can get the science and stuff.
On here, you mean? What branches are you talking about? Sorry.
So at the end of the game, well, during phase B of the final round, starting with the branch where the assistant is and proceeding in the order of the arrows, we check each branch of the weather machine. If it's complete and there is a current experiment tile, that experiment runs.
Right.
As normal.
Yeah.
So basically, at the end of the game, the assistant does one full cycle and you check each of the branches.
Okay. Right. I'm going to... I'm going to spend that one.
Okay.
And I'm going to move this one into here.
Adding a new goal.
Oh, I could flip actually, couldn't I? What would I?
could flip this government one.
Oh, I know. I could
get you that. A chemical and a voucher.
I wish I could flip that one again. Actually, no. Sorry, I'm taking too long here, aren't I? I'm going to put this one in. I'm going to put that one in. And I'm going to take just one science voucher, which doesn't seem very good, really, does it? And then I'm just going to go here. And I'm going to just take one of those actions.
So it costs me one voucher.
Yeah.
One there. Track.
Yeah. And then I put one robot in.
Bot on a space.
Oh, I haven't got the right colour. I can't believe this.
Well, this experiment is going to run at the end of the game.
I'll show it on there.
So
which one? That one.
The wind one, because that's going to come in.
The wind one.
So you could put.
What makes you think
you got a blue chemical?
But there would need to be something in there, wouldn't there?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Do I chance it? I suppose I do, because I've not really got a lot I can do actually. All right, I will spend my blue voucher just to go there, in the hope that somebody maybe joins me. Not a good turn.
Okay. Are you all done?
I think so.
Right. Gemma.
You know the way you flip the tile to get the benefit? Do you have to spend one of these to flip the tile?
Yeah, it is spend an investment tile to do either that or that.
Okay.
So many options.
Yeah, I think I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm going to flip this tile so that I take all of these.
Yeah, so for this track, you actually gain everything.
Yes.
So you gain one on any funding track, one chemical, and any one voucher.
This one. One chemical and clear.
Mm-hmm.
One of those.
Green one. Okay, and any one voucher.
Other side.
Yep.
So I'm going to go down to here.
Okay.
So I get.
I think this is the best place to go in supply.
Okay.
Because other people pay if there's anybody to the left of them.
So what do I get?
You get one voucher of any type, and then you can spend as many things as you want.
So I'm going to spend 2 to take this one.
Yeah, getting you a machine part.
And I'm going to have green machine part, please.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spend 2 to take this one.
Right. Which gets you to
lets me
do
to do this without spending
this action without spending a chemical.
So I'm going to go here. And I go up one of them. Sorry, I didn't do it in the right order.
Yeah. That's it. Yep.
And then.
So you want that to be filled, and you want that to be filled.
Isn't he going to fill that one anyway?
Maybe if somebody goes back to supply, you will. I might have wasted that really.
Yeah. It's a bit of a gamble.
Yeah.
We will see.
That's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right, so phase B, the weather machine runs. He wants to do a fog experiment. There is a fog experiment. The branch is full.
Mm-hmm.
So in turn order.
Which is you.
Which is me first. Yeah, so I'll remove it. I will spend the 2 science. So I gain 3 points, and then I gain either that or that.
I don't know.
Should be okay. Yeah. Okay. So can I have 3 points, please? Mm-hmm. And then I either get an investment tile or 2 machine parts. Now, I've already got an investment tile, which I'm not really using. Although you did say at the end of the game, you can use any remaining investment tiles.
I believe that's what it says.
To set additional goals.
Should I check?
Yeah, but I think you can. But
just before final scoring, all players in turn order may play any research token and or reward tokens they have next to their land onto empty spaces.
So I'll do it. I'll take an investment token. Yeah. So where was this? I've forgotten what I was doing then. Remind me what I was doing.
Oh, you were going along here, weren't you? So you paid your 2.
Yeah.
You took your bot back.
I paid me 2 science.
Did you take which bonus did you take?
I got the 3 points. I took the investment tile. And I get
a research token.
I get a research science voucher.
Don't you get this one here?
Sorry, yes. That's the one that's running, isn't it? So I get that.
Yeah.
Which immediately goes now. That is interesting. Because I could potentially fix some more weather. But if I do, the only weather I can fix, because I don't really have any machine parts, is this. Which would get you loads of points.
Yeah.
You'd get more points than I would. So I don't know. Do I want to go there? Seems weird, but yeah, go on. I'll go there. And then your good self. So you remove the bot.
Yeah.
Do you want to spend 2 science vouchers?
Please.
So you get 3 points.
So I get 3 points, Gemma, please.
Up to 49. And do you want 2 machine parts or an investment tile?
I want an investment tile, please. Thank you kindly.
Okay, and then that gets removed. That moves along. That goes there. That goes there. End of the game is triggered.
Why did I put that there? Because that's never going to go, is it?
It is. End of the game.
This one?
They all go.
Are they?
If somebody goes there.
Oh.
Yeah. Right.
Turn order doesn't change, but it's income time.
It is income
that time of the day again. So he moves back. He's done playing around in his office.
Yeah, so I think at this point, income is only ever the top 6 spaces. We can do this simultaneously.
Okay.
Get that. Get that. Get that. Get that. Get that. And get a machine part. Don't want a machine part now. I want a chemical.
Can I have a white cog, please, Gemma? Or somebody?
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
I think you might.
Again?
No, I think it might be.
Oh, that's from before,
I think if you move it up.
Oh.
That might do it. Right. What machine part do I want?
What's that? Oh, that should be coming back to me.
That's your bot. I don't even know if I need a machine. I mean, I do if I'm going to build a machine. But I can only build a machine if I've published a... Yeah, so that's not going to happen. We've basically got 1 turn left each.
Yeah.
There's chemicals I need.
What are you contemplating?
Well, I'm trying to work out how I can get a chemical. And I don't know I can. So, therefore, if I've got a chemical, and I'm going to go on here, do I need a machine part? And I don't think I do. So I'm going to take a green one anyway. Right, have we all done our income?
Yep.
So we start the last round of the game. Phase A, so this is my last turn of the game. And I think that might be what I want to do. But I need to desperately get science vouchers. So I'm going to use an investment. Oh, well, hello. No, it's not enough. Right, I'm going to use an investment tile. I'm going to set a goal. It's going to be that goal, and it's going to go on there. And I'm going to gain a green chemical. Right, now then. I am going to move to here. I get 1 R&D voucher, and I'm going to do both of those actions. So the first action I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to spend 2 lab vouchers to publish a paper. So I slide that to there, getting me 2 machine parts, which I then throw away because I don't want them. But I do get 8 points. Okay. And I get an investment tile. Yeah, 2 machine parts that I just throw away. I'll probably do this one first, actually, to be honest. So I do that one first, which is spend a voucher, put a bot on a space with a green chemical, Yeah, I thought I was going to get 2 science. What did I do with that? Yeah, put that there. That spends the green chemical. Yeah, so I did that first. And then when I do this and I get the 2 machine parts, I can actually take one of the machine parts. Not that I need it for anything, but I'm going to take it just because it's fun. Now, you can't voluntarily remove bots, can you? You can't. Because I've just noticed a gold tile if I've got 3 machine parts.
No, you can't.
Yeah. Okay. So I think I'm done. I did both actions. I got loads of points for that. I did my start of turn thing. So I think I'm good.
Done? I
think I'm done. That is my last turn of the game, I think.
Right. I'm really nervous because I've been planning this turn for like the last 20 minutes. I'm going to move here. And I think I can
Did you want to use one of these before?
Oh, yes, I did, actually. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to use that one. I'm going to flip this one here, and I'm going to take 3 points.
So you're going to flip?
This one, sorry.
Which is?
That track there.
So you get 3 points.
I'll take 3 points. Can I just have that marker? Thank you.
You go to 52, and you get a machine part.
I don't know which one I want. I need 2 pinks. I feel like I want to just defer it while I work out what I'm going to do. Can I have a pink, please? Thank you. Right.
Okay.
So done that.
Then you've moved.
Yeah.
You get a government voucher for moving.
Yep, so I put that. Did I put that on? No, I can't have done because I took one here.
Yep.
Right, so I'm going to pay 3 of these. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you do.
Actually, I don't actually necessarily need to pay them in order, do I? No. I suppose it doesn't make any difference. I'm going to put 1 there.
So you're going to do this action first.
Yeah.
So you gain 1 on the funding track.
1 on the funding track, please, Gemma. If you'd be so kind.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the yellow one, thank you.
Put a bot on a space.
Bot will go there.
Spending a chemical.
With a matching chemical.
Gaining a machine part.
Yeah. And can I just have a white, please?
There you go.
Thank you.
And getting a research token.
So I get that one there?
Yep. Which you put there.
Yes. Then that's all of that action.
And then you do the second action.
Which is this one here.
Do you have... You do. You've got one here. So which one are you going to try and fix? It's the sun.
This one.
So you need to spend...
Should we do this from the rules just because there's quite... Or are you confident? Because we need to build the prototype as well.
Yeah, 2 science.
So 2 science. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.
There's the 2 science. So that goes on there, getting you an investment tile.
Please.
And now you build the prototype.
Okay.
So you need salmon, and white minimum.
So I can move these.
Yep.
Like that.
And you're using your 2 bots. So yeah, just to zoom in on this bit, the prototype that Nick's building has to have 2 salmon. He can skip that one, and it has to have the white. So the minimum is 2 salmon and a white, which is what you're...
But actually, can I spend, because I want to have 3 at the end, can I spend... No, because I'll lose it from the row anyway.
You're going to lose it from the row.
Because I need another... Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's your only option is to use that.
Okay.
So you get 2 points per part used.
And 2 points per bot.
2 points per bot. So you get 10 points for doing that.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points.
Yeah. Nice.
That was a good move. And then these get chucked in the bin.
Those get chucked in the bin, and you get an award tile, which means you've got 2 awards.
Yeah.
Which is bad news for me.
Sorry.
I've got a goal, which is for having the equal number of awards.
I should have done this last term, but I didn't have enough science points. Yeah. And then I would have been able to use this to then cite and publish another paper. And
then at the end of the turn, that goes on.
Yeah.
Which is also bad for me.
Because I will move...
Got to go in the pink column.
Oh, in the pink column. Yeah, I will move... Oh, I'm going to need 2 science. No, I'm not. That's not going to run, is it? Anyway, so that's not the point. Can you move me 1 at that track there, please, Gemma?
All done?
I think so.
You got your reward tiles, but you're not doing anything with them, are you?
Wasting my life, isn't it?
Put them in your cabinet.
I can't even get the points for it on that one because I need 3.
Yeah. Right. Gemma, last turn of the game.
Okay.
Do you want to use an investment tile first? To set another goal.
I can do that at the end though, can't I?
You can do it at the end, but if there was one you wanted to put on there now to get a particular bonus.
No, because I won't have enough spots to do anything more than one thing. So I'm just going to go here.
Yep.
So
you get one lab voucher.
One on the lab voucher.
Yep.
And I'm going to do this.
So you spend 2 government vouchers.
2 government vouchers.
Choose a blue subsidy tile.
This one.
So you get 2 more lab vouchers. And then you do that action without paying the chemical.
Yep. So I take the box and I input in.
And you get 1 on the thingy track.
1 on there.
Yep. Nicely done. You did that, you did that. Done. So phase B, we now run all of the branches. But it's only this one because this is the only one that's full. So in turn order, which is me first, I'm going to remove that. There's nowhere for it to go.
So it goes back.
Yeah. So when you put something back, we didn't mention this earlier on, so it's a bit late for new rules, but when you put a bot back into your assembly line because you've no space for it, it has to go in one of the top 6 spaces.
Oh.
You can't put it in the bottom space, so I'm just going to put it there. Okay. So I removed my bot. This is the tile which is in question, so I spend 2 science. I've got 1 science and 3 other stuff. Doesn't matter at this stage. I get 6 points. So if I can have, what puts that? That puts me on 50.
Thank you.
And I get one of those benefits, which is perform this action. Is that going to get me any points? No.
No.
It's not, is it?
No.
No, I mean, I could complete this branch here, but then if I did, we'd all get 3 points.
Do you know, that should have come off the game, and that.
Oh yeah, you fixed it.
Doesn't make any difference.
Good point.
But.
Yeah. So no, I think I'll just take another investment tile. There you go. Nice and easy. Right.
Did you spend your 2 signs?
I spent a mixture of vouchers. Yeah.
So I'll spend my 2 signs.
Yeah, that gets you 12 points. Your bots come back.
12 plus 47.
And you also get one of those 2 benefits.
I'm going to take the investment tile as well.
This is the last round, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, this is it. Yeah. This is the last turn of the game.
Yes.
Okay. And then, because it's the last phase B, we then check that, doesn't run, check that, doesn't run, check that, doesn't run, check that, doesn't run, doesn't run. None of the other ones run. Okay, so final scoring. So just before final scoring, in turn order, all players may place research tokens and or award tokens they have onto empty spaces of their office. Oh, no, you can't use investment tiles, Nick.
Can you not? Wait.
No.
What's that?
I would have used mine then.
Yeah, use it quickly.
Yeah, go on, Joe.
Yeah.
You use that.
And I probably would have used mine. No. It's these tokens that you can place at the end of the game.
I thought it said you could.
In order for you to help meet the goals. So apologies for what we said.
Can I put them on there?
Yeah.
Can I put those 2 on there?
Yeah.
Oh, magic. Oh, no, but I would have put that one. Oh. What weather did you guys just fix? Fog.
No, it was actually this.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was this. So we should have both got one of these, which we can put somewhere to do something. Yeah, and I move up one in there as well. Thank you. So yeah, we forgot that. We got all excited, and then the extreme weather for the frost came in. So that was end of the game. Right. So I'm not gonna bother changing it now. But I think I had one of these at the start of my turn that I was going to save till the end. But no, investment tiles at the end.
One that I was definitely going to.
Yeah, if you want to use yours, if you knew what you were going to do with it.
Because I was going to fit that there.
Yeah, I don't think mine are actually going to get me anything. Okay, so there we go. So now, end of the game, you can use any of the tokens here to put them on here in order to help you meet your goals. Right. So each player then scores climate points according to the position of their marker on each funding track. So let's do this funding track first. Jeremy, you get 5. Me and Nick get 1.
So that puts you on 52. Me 1.
Okay, next funding track. I can't quite see. So I get 2. Nick gets. You 2 get 3.
So I get 3.
You get 3. Jeremy gets 3.
Yeah. Jeremy gets 3.
I get 2.
Nick, as you pulled ahead on that track put there, Paul. I needed that for my scoring.
And that track, I can't quite see again.
I get 3. Paul gets 4. Nick gets 5.
So you get 3. Paul gets 4.
Yeah.
And I get 5.
You get 5. Right. Then 5 points for each goal on one of their goal spaces that they meet the conditions for. So let's zoom in on my player board and let's have a look at... So I've got this goal, which is for having most or joint most bots on my workshop tiles at the end of the game. I've got 3. Mm-hmm. You've got 2. You've got 1. Yay, 5 points.
No, wrong one.
What? Oh.
And this one is for having 3 bots in the same branch of R&D, which I do have. Mm-hmm. So that's another 5 points. Bargain. I got both of mine. I don't think... No, even if I'd have taken another one, I couldn't have done any of these other ones. Gemma.
So I've done both of these two. So
okay.
It is the furthest along
on the government track. 5 points.
And
more bots in the government than any other player.
Most or joint bots on government branch.
Get another 5.
Ooh. I would have been able to use this one, but I only got it at the end, so I couldn't use it.
Nick, have you done any of yours?
Yeah, so mine is have the most or joint most workshop tiles. So I've got 4 and you two have got 3 each.
Yep, so you get 5 points.
That's me on 5. Then this one here, be the first... Oh no, because you pipped me on that one at the end.
Didn't get that one.
And then this one here, have the most or joint most bots in R&D. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
You get another 5.
5 points. And I would have put this one here on as well because I would have completed 2 of the same weather, but I misread that wrong clearly.
And 5 points if you've got the Nobel Prize, which nobody did.
No.
Right. So, oh no, sorry, you were right.
You're joking.
Apologies. You can use your investment tiles to place or flip a gold tile.
Okay.
Place or flip?
Yeah.
Shall we?
Flip in order to get funding and rewards. Right, but I don't think I can do any of these. What I can do is I can flip.
Will it get you anything?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that one will get me 3 points. And a machine part. So I get 3 points. 1, 2, 3. And then that one gets me 2 science vouchers. And I'm going to do that one and get another 3 points. So I flipped over both of these to take the rewards from the funding track. Because there's no point in me getting any of these because I haven't achieved any of them. So, Gemma, you can do it.
Yeah, so I think I can use this one, which says have the most or joint most tokens in the lab column. We all have 3.
Okay, so that's fine.
So that's...
so you stick that on, that's that one, and you get another 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And have you got any investment? Have you got any other goals that you...
Yeah, this one here, which is... this one, which is 2 of the same...
Which you've
times.
done.
So I've got that one. So I can spend that one there.
Spend that one there to put that one on there, which will get you another 5 points.
And a cog, wouldn't it? Not that that makes any difference. Putting it on there. Does it make any difference to me? No. But then I can spend the second one to flip it, can't I?
Flip it, yeah.
So what I will do is that's the middle one. 2 science vouchers, which don't make any difference. But I can be 3 ahead on another track.
On that track.
So I will go for
which is 5 more points. Right. Okay. So yeah, apologies for that last bit. You can use the investment tiles. And... yeah, we're still all relatively new to the game, and we did have to check a couple of rules as we were going. This is very likely players' first or second experience with the game. If we played again now, it would go a lot smoother and be a lot less time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting. The end of the game kind of, as I say, we're not that experienced, so the end of the game came, and I don't feel that... I think I should have been able to accomplish a lot more than I actually did.
Yeah.
When you look at some of these gold tiles, like having 12 tokens or having 5 different ones, and I was like, nowhere near that.
Yeah.
But I think that's just down to the inefficiency of the moves that I was taking.
Yeah. I've got a question for you, Paul, which is something I've been curious about. So obviously you've played all of his games. How does the weight of this one, in your mind, compare to the other ones?
Having worked on the rulebook for this, I felt that it was of a similar complexity to the middle of his games. So you've got On Mars, I think, is the most complex. I'm not sure what the least complex is, possibly the Gallerist.
Okay.
And I kind of felt this was comparable to the Vinyoses and Lisboa and things like that. Okay. Having now played it, I feel at the moment it is slightly heavier, but I think that's just because that's the first proper full game I've played. I think if I played again like right now or tomorrow, it would it would feel a lot easier. So yeah, right now it's feeling quite heavy, but I think that's just new game experience. What's interesting is that Vittel quite often does polls and questionnaires of which is my heaviest game.
Does he? Okay.
And a lot of people have very different ideas of what his heaviest game are. Most people vote for On Mars, but some people think Lisboa is his heaviest game. Some people think Vinhos is his heaviest game. So yeah, it all depends. So final scores, we tied. We tied on 73 with Nick on 91. But Nick made that mistake earlier on and cheated, so he doesn't count. So we win. There you go.
Which mistake was that?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. I don't think it happened.
You took something back. That was it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I never do that.
No.
I never take any moves back in games.
It's not on,
never.
is it? No.
Never at all. Hi, this is Paul in the editing room, and earlier on in the video I did say that there is a thing in the game where you can cite somebody else's work. And I said that if it didn't happen in the game, I was going to explain it at the end of the video. Well, we are at the end of the video, and it didn't happen, and I forgot to explain it. So I just wanted to explain it now. So when you are publishing a paper, which is this action here, this is the publishing a paper action. And when you publish a paper, normally you would need 3 tiles in a row to be able to do that, which could be 3 research tiles, or it could be 2 research tiles and an award tile, whichever. But you can also... you can also publish a paper if you only have 2 tiles in a row, which could be 2 research tiles, or it could be 1 research tile and an award tile, as long as the citation token for that particular type of weather has been removed. So, so basically, thematically, what this means is if somebody else has already published a paper about the sun, then when you're publishing a paper about the sun, you can do so with 2, and what you do is you cite their work. Now, what happens is you take one of these citation tokens. So these are the black tokens. And you take it and you put it on the space here. You can only ever have 1 citation token on a row, so you can only cite if you already have 2 tokens. But in order to place one of these, you must remove one of your goal tiles. So pick one of the goal tiles that you're not going to be able to score, and that is removed from the game. You will never get that tile. Now, the disadvantage of citing is, if you remember the rules for publishing a paper, you are going to get points based on these tokens here, and that's printed here. So every research token you've got will get you 2 points, an award tile will get you 4, but a citation token gets you 0. So if I was to publish this paper here and cite, then I'm only going to get 4 points for doing that, but it still counts as publishing a paper. And that's how citing works. Right, we are done. Let's wrap things up. Thank you to everybody for watching. As I say, apologies for not being absolutely 100% perfect on the rules, but I think we caught up. I think we corrected things in the end.
I think we did very well.
But more importantly, this video was created to help the Kickstarter campaign. So thank you very much to Eagle Griffin and Vittel for asking me to create this video. Thank you very much to all of my Patreon supporters for funding the channel. If you like the content that I create, please consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/gaming rules. But the most important thing is I hope you got out of this enough information to help you decide if it is the kind of game that you like. Right, we're going for a curry now. So yeah, thank you very much to everybody for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time. Cool. Bye.
Cheers.